Aha. That's right. That's right. That's right. So, yeah. Anyways, welcome to the second set of the day between TheViper and Say My Name. TheViper, obviously in the yellow, has gone for Vikings here, and Say My Name in the blue has gone for Franks. I think these colors are totally fine. Yellow is not easy to see on this background, so if anyone wants me to change it, let me know. But I mean, it is TheViper, so I think doesn't he come to your house and like beat you up if you change his color while you cast it? Isn't that what T90 set wants? No. Okay, well, if no one has a problem with yellow, we'll just keep it yellow because, well, it is TheViper, of course. It is his favorite color. That's what he usually goes for, so I don't have an issue with that no, whatsoever. At least it's at least the color combination is alright, right? Yellow and blue. Yeah, should work. Anyways, well, this is, of course, the first set of a best of 5 of the round of 16 or 32, whether you see it about round of 16 as referring to the amount of players or the amount of games, because it is 16 games, it's not 16 players, 32 players, so whichever. Anyways, whoever wins this set will get into the group stage that will happen the week after this, where players will meet each other multiple times to decide which 8 players will go to the playoffs. Yeah, that's correct. Well, that's exciting still, but that's still far away for these 2 players because they first have to get through one another. Now, of course, TheViper is obviously the top seeded player here. He was invited. Say My Name made his way through a rigorous qualifier for which about 512 people qualified, if I'm correct on that number. Right, so he definitely fought his way through all of that to be here, right, to challenge TheViper, but it is going to be a big challenge for him because, again, you are up against TheViper of all people. As, yeah, TheViper bringing in an elephant as well. Now, TheViper has been playing a lot of Age of Empires 4 lately, right? This is true. Has been playing a lot of AV4 lately. Became the champion of the ECG Genesis Championship there. So honestly, like, it's not like he's been doing nothing with his time in the last few months, but has been practicing a lot of a different game with different hotkeys as well. And a lot of pros have been saying that, having different hotkeys really being difficult. This Viper's kind of being annoying here with the deer. Takes a hit though on a scout. So now it's... Oh, I thought he took a hit there. Actually, it's Say My Name who now has fewer HP than TheViper, so... Still can't push in his freaking Zebra. And Viper just being very annoying with that. Yeah, with that. Like, that's, unfortunate. But, at some point, Say My Name will be able to push in his Ostrich there. You're not gonna keep stopping him from doing this, right? Let the poor guy push in his Hunt. Let him push in his Hunt, or is Viper... Is he gonna push this away? Oh, come on, TheViper. TheViper, he's pushing away the Ostrich. You troll. Just Viper things, man. Just Viper things. I mean, if you have the APM to do all of that while running your economy at the same time, then why not, right? Then why not? Hey, it's in the rules. Anything that you can legally do with your game that is excluding hacks and things like that, you are allowed to do. Laming, walling in resources, being a jerk, it's all part of the game. I mean, it differs per playstyle what you're actually going to be doing, but hey, we saw laming was very much part of the last set. It might be part of this set as well. Now, before players go up to the next age and we have to talk about what they're actually going to go for, let's quickly look at their maps here. So in the back, we have some wood lines for Say My Name. Has one wood line on the front as well, one quite far away for a total of 4. That's all right. Not the most wallable map. Has some very difficult hills in the front of his map, actually. If you want to wall that safely, you have to kind of wall over this hill, which is, a lot of work to do. 4 gold for him, and that is his only gold that is relatively safe. This gold is even further forward. This gold is behind your wood line, so it's not looking too good gold-wise for Say My Name. On the other side, for TheViper, also has a forward goal. It's kind of on a hill, but he's going to wall on top of that hill. That makes sense to me, to protect yourself there. He's not going to push in the Ostrich at the same time. Viper's wood lines are way more spread out, so it's more difficult to deny all of them. They're also, half of them are forward, the other half are back. They're evenly spread out, which means you can easily wall between them as well. And as far for the gold goes, there's a gold right there, and a gold, right here. And backberries, of course. Map hacks, I'm just kidding. Say My Name has technically has backberries as well, but I still would prefer Viper's map here. I would prefer Viper's map. this gold is safer, right? It's kind of shielded by this wood line a little bit. It's better. Anyways, it's looks like we got some Viking men-at-arms coming out for the Viper, if he's going to make more, that's true. Not anyone on gold for Say My Name, which tells me that, well, it's probably just going to be scouts, and that's going to surprise absolutely no one. The Frank player going scouts, you know, what's new? What's new? That's like the oldest strategy in the book. I mean, like, you can say whatever you want about Franks, but the game plan is so clear, right? It's you go scouts into knight into paladin. It's as straightforward as it gets, but as it also gets predictable as a result of that. Now, saymyname is kind of walling in front of his gold as well. I like that. You need to make sure that there's no hole between these buildings, of course, which is tough to do. There's often a hole between houses because of the way they're placed. As the Viper bringing forward his men at arms, his scout is in the back of saymyname's base, being annoying on the wood line, trying to snipe a vill. But yeah, there's 2 villagers to fight. So he's just going to have to be annoying here. While the men-at-arms, right, are going to the left. But Say My Name is wise to that. He's wise to that. He's like, yeah, I've seen you play before, mate. I'm going to wall in my wood line. And there you go. Hey, you're still getting some idle time out of this, right? Houses, not the best way to keep men-at-arms out anymore, because they lack some melee armor now. And Say My Name needs to be very careful that he builds the correct palisade wall. Otherwise, it's going to be quite tricky. As the first scouts start coming out for Say My Name, scouts can kill these men-at-arms at some point, but you don't want to lose all your scouts to the men-at-arms either. As Say My Name has not walled in his berries, so at this point some villagers kind of being stuck. No, they have a way to get out to the left, so they're fine. They're fine. Yeah, but Say My Name doesn't want to leave these berries as long as he can, because as long as he's on the berries, he's Franks, he can take a lot of food from that. Yeah, so the Viper still hasn't found too much damage with his men-at-arms yet so far. Say My Name is on top here, you know, fighting with villagers where necessary, as a lion is now chasing these spearmen. A spearman fort will make your men-at-arm rush even more dangerous, because now the scouts will have a harder time engaging against this. Spearman, of course, doing a lot of damage against the scout. As what's going on here? I think no villager for Say My Name has died just yet. The men-at-arms getting not a lot of kills. It's okay for Say My Name. Say My Name. Okay, scout goes down now, but no villagers have died. So at least no eco damage whatsoever. And in the end, you still have 3 scouts, most of whom have full HP or high HP. So they can go forward now and maybe try to do some counter damage to the Viper, who is, of course, following this up with archers. You know, your Vikings, so obviously. Now, Vikings, despite having the archers nerfed, still have an imposing economy, right? Like, that is still something that is dangerous, right? Especially compared to Franks. Like, Franks have a good economy as well, but Vikings have the better economy. Because right now, Vikings have wheelbarrow, Franks do not. Look at the efficiency difference as well. I mean, it's not that different because Viper is busy quick walling. Quick wall. No, she's gonna go down. Oh, he was trying to go for the quick wall, but she does go down. And that's 1 village down. First villager kill of the game for Say My Name. Very good. At the same time, Say My Name is also walling his base a lot, so he wants to keep himself safe for an archer counter, because he also knows that pro players like the Viper are confident enough to send little groups of military forward. And there you go, 1 little archer army making their way to the Frank base, but Frank player is going to defend with skirmishers. This archer army is not meant to kill a lot of villagers, it's mostly meant to harass and delay. As Say My Name looking to snipe an archer there, but the spearman pushing that away for now, so I'll have to run through with scouts. It's not making any more scouts. I think he's just going to try to defend and get up the castles now. That seems to be the plan. Yeah? He's going to wall, right? He's going to wall, defend himself with skirmishers, wall as good as he can, get up the castles, and then come out with some knights. Again, it's a deceptively easy game plan. This Viper is just running through here with his archers, but wasn't able to do a whole lot of damage so far. And, well, I mean, for now, it seems like Say My Name has a slight lead here. Has a slight villager lead as well. The Viper had 22 seconds of idle TC time. As a result, he's 2 villagers behind now instead of 1. Which means that if Say My Name gets wheelbarrow, he's only 1 vill behind after that, because getting wheelbarrow is 3 villagers of TC working time. Say My Name is still using these 3 scouts to run through the Viper's economy, so the Viper can't just sit on his laurels and, you know, it'll still have to defend. And if there's a stray villager somewhere, it could definitely get killed. As And the archers are, oh, say my name, blocking the archers in. No, no, the archers can escape. Viper even trying to micro down the villager, but I don't think Say My Name is gonna let her die there. So he's just gonna wall this up now, and there you go. Wall on the right side is done. One archer goes down, the other one stays alive. The Viper dropping on market now, probably wants to buy his way up to the next age somehow. Or at least, dropping a market allows you to balance your economy a little bit. I like to drop a market here and there as well, just so that I have it if I need it as well. Although at this level, you don't just do things so you have it when you need it. You do things when you need them right now, right? Pro players are they're very efficient with their resources. They're going to spend their resources when, on the things they need in the moment right now, or if they're preparing a strategy, but they're not going to just drop every building just in case they need them to produce. So you're not going to see a stable from the Viper now just in case he needs scouts, right? That's 175 wood he's not going to waste. Also, he's Viking, so, going scouts against Franks is maybe not the best game plan in the world. As, Say My Name getting Archer Armor. A more important upgrade than Fletching, actually, for skirmishers, because with this upgrade, they can easily fight against the archers, because they have 4 Pierce Armor now, instead of just 3, which allows them to take only 1 damage from these archers. Yeah. Only 1 damage. Yeah, Viper doesn't probably not want to take this fight here. So Micro on the hill here has to heal, but Say My Name won't care about that one. Spearmen here are still keeping these scouts at bay, as both players are microing at the same time. As Viper sending in the Spearmen to try to get the skirmishers, and now the scouts trying to go around to hit the archers from the other side. It's still a very even fight here. Both players losing only few units here, but still, this can be good for the Viper, who wants to go for archers in the next age. Whereas, Say My Name is not going to give a hoot about these skirmishers. He's not going to care. He's not going to care. And now more archers go down as well to the skirm play here. As scouts now hit the wood line. Spearmen have gone down, so the scouts now can actually get some kills as well. As the Viper drops a stable. Remember what I said earlier? He's not going to get a stable just in case he needs to make scouts. Well, this tells me he wants to make some scouts. Or some cavalry units to deal with the skirmishers, because if there's skirmishers on the field, his archers aren't going to be able to do a whole lot of damage. It's sending them forward now. It was probably hard to see on the map, but they're right there, so you can see them. Maybe to try to go for some counter damage. But remember, Say My Name is fully walled. He is 6 villagers ahead after getting 3 eco kills. Yeah, he's just looking really good. For Say My Name, actually, but you can't underestimate the Viper. Even if he's behind like that, he is a comeback kid, so it's something that he could deal with. But he's going to be encapsulated significantly before his opponent. But you're up against Franks, so going knights against them, not really the best call with Vikings, I'd say, because you lack bloodlines. The knights are way worse, as to say, right? But he needs something against these skirms, so a knight or two. A knight or two might easily deal with this, that's what I'm saying. So that could be good. Let's see where there's archers for Viper are. They're patrolling right here. He's going to wait until he can get the crossbow upgrade, and then he's going to try to get in here with his archers, or not. No, see, he's waiting. He's waiting for that upgrade. At the same time, made some scouts, makes a knight now as well to try to take the fight against this. There's only skirmishers here, so they should die to the scouts and to the knights. As he's trying to pick off the reinforcements there. 1 knight should be able to do enough to kill this. With 1 armor, yeah. Easily. As the crossbows at the same time hitting the wood line, Say My Name reacting to that though at the same time, relocating his villagers, repositioning them a little bit so that they don't get hurt by the crossbows. As the knight and the scout cavalry at the same time hitting the skirmishers, that army stuck around the gold for a long time. It does mean that Viper has been off of gold for the longest of times, but the Viper has gold in the back, so that's what Say My Name was thinking, right? I deny the gold in this hill, and then the Viper doesn't have gold, but the Viper had back gold because of course he does. Which means that these skirmishers will just go down now without too much of a fight. Now, I mean, in the end, it just ends up being a very even game as the Frank player wants to drop another town center. A villager goes down though. The first eco kill here for the Viper, as the skirt crossbows do get a kill. This town center will go up, however, and that will kind of protect the wood line. And let's see, another town center on this side as well, kind of protecting the gold, kind of protecting the wood line. So yeah, the saymyname just wants to boom. But remember, this tournament, and someone pointed that out yesterday, a lot of 3TC plays have been punished a lot in this tournament. Like the 1TC aggression players have been winning a lot of games lately. As I say my name, catching these archers out in the open. These archers, despite having some upgrades, lacking Botkin arrow, can't fight +2 knights ever. So yeah, these knights are very strong. Gonna make their way to Viper's base now, who is getting to a good number of archers once more, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, you would have liked to have double that number right now, right? You know, because a lot of these archers did go down to the skirmishes, something he wasn't able to deal with without adding some knights and cavalry of his own. As the Viper just shielding his base for now with crossbows. I mean, again, this is such a difficult, it's a difficult thing to stop, right? Fricking Frank Knights are such a normal unit. As the Viper now walling in his wood line. That was almost a disaster if the Knights had been able to get in. At the same time though, the Knights making their way to the other side, trying to get through this house, you know, maybe running in over here as well. Houses will still go down faster to Knights now because there's only 1 melee armor, not 2, so it is less. And the Viper right now 1TC and under stress. He's not in the greatest position in the game right now. Is starting to build his crossbow numbers a little bit, but if he loses those crossbow numbers at any point, it's disaster. As the Frank players just spamming knights because that's what Frank players do, while adding economy as well. The Vilcon is now 57 to 50. No wheelbarrow just yet for Say My Name. Should probably get that. Oh, should probably get that, and right as I say that, he gets it. Wow. It's almost telepathic, man. It's almost telepathic. But yeah, that's going to make his economy a lot more efficient, which means that he has more villagers, and they are working as efficiently as the Viking player. But not entirely, because the Viking player, of course, has hand card, which does make that make it even worse. I don't know, for now, Say My Name is just in the lead, His base is safe, is fully walled, has all the knights in the world that he needs right now, is running around, sniping stuff left and right, especially some crossbows. So pikemen on the field now for the Viper to protect his crossbows, but he's still not able to move out. Instead, it's the knight player who consistently is spamming forward the knights here, and it's just... As this woodline is depleted, the Viper has to move to a more risky woodline up front. This woodline is too unsafe. Too many knights roaming around. The walls weren't able to go up on this hill. So it's yeah, none of this gold is saved right now. As the Viper is selling his stone. Selling some stone. He has been on stone for a while. Sell some stone. Buy some wood to buy another town center. Okay, there you go. So he wanted to get a town center up on this woodline because he recognizes as well that his wood income is very precarious right now. As Say My Name running in here with 19 knights. Viper trying to quick wall that, but the knights get in, and so many villagers are gonna get slaughtered here. The pikemen were out of position. The crossbow microing away, but a lot of villager losses for the Viper again. It's just Say My Name right now is destroying the Viper. I mean, the Knights definitely took some losses there against the pikemen, but Say My Name is committing to this fight a little bit, killed a lot of crossbows. Now he's going to run to the right to see if he can get more kills on the woodline. The Viper going for some awkward house walls here to keep his woodline safe, and look at that, beautifully done, but house foundations don't have a lot of armor yet, so one villager does bite the dust there. You know, paying the price for defending his people. Say My Name, that lives a lot of knights there, but hey, he denied this town center for a while. It's now 48 to 77 villagers. And the thing with Vikings is if you let them boom unmolested, they will get ahead of you in economy. But if you kill their economy, then suddenly it's just Vikings. And then you suddenly have an archer ship which does not get thumb ring, right? Doesn't get the extra range that Britons get. And yeah. But yeah, Viper for the first time is going to move out now. Has a solid ball of archers. You can two-shot knights with this, by the way. So, at least there is that. The first time he's going to come forward as well. Say My Name on 5 freaking stables. He's been spamming knights like crazy. If he can kill this massive archers, that would be a very good fight for him. That is 16 knights, though. 16 knights should be enough. Oh, he's gonna commit to the fight. Viper looking low. It's kind of caught out in the open. There's no hill to retreat to. Knights coming in from every side. saymyname trying to surround this army, and if Viper can out-micro this, yes, we need sending in the pikemen and some reinforcements now, but so many crossbows have gone down in the meantime, and saymyname still committing to this fight despite there being pikemen here as well. Kills the pikemen and then will go to the crossbows once more, and Viper's crossbows should probably go down, most of them here. Most of them should go down. Some more pikemen coming in here as well, just to try to kill the knights as good as they can. saymyname is just committing to this, spamming more and more knights from those 5 stables. He's not thinking about clicking up the imp himself either. He just wants to try to kill Viper as fast as possible. But Viper still holding on, slowly building his economy, trying to get back into the game a little bit that way. Some siege now from saymyname, maybe adding some siege to kill the pikemen, a forward town center on this stone, but perhaps for a cheap Frank castle. He is on stone over there as well, so we'll see. As he sold some wood so he could get a scorpion out. Yeah, knights of course will easily kill the pikemen when there's only 3 of them. You know, that's the thing with pikemen, they work best in larger numbers, because then they can survive longer. And the longer they survive, the more bonus damage that they do. Right, if it's only 1, 4 knights can quickly kill a pikeman and he can maybe get 2 hits in. Instead, if it's 4 pikemen against 1 knight, they all get a lot of hits in. So yeah. There's still more military going down for the Viper. The military count is similar, but the problem is if you're up against a knight player, 20 military is great. 20 military for an archer player, not the best in the world. As the Viper is dropping a castle on the left side on this hill to protect his woodline and the gold for the first time in the game, by the way, as well. No, nice quick wall, nice house walls here as well to keep these knights out. And saymyname in the meantime, you know, directing pressure to the left here, keeping Viper at his own base. We'll just start trying to get his economy up. 31 farms, so it's not the biggest farm number just yet. You know, you want to bring that up a little bit further, but it's definitely better, miles better than the 13 farms for the Viper. As the Viper is going heavily to gold. saymyname still producing a lot of knights here as well. He doesn't seem very interested in going up the imp for now. And maybe he should, right? If you have 102 villages, maybe it's time to go up the imp, get yourself the cavalier upgrade, and get busy killing these crossbows. As the Viper now coming in from behind with his crossbows. Does have ballistics, so can snipe these knights on the way out. There's some pikemen here. saymyname should probably not commit to this fight. I don't think, like, if there had been no pikemen, then yes, he could commit to this fight, but oh, he thinks he can. He's gonna commit to it now and kill the pikemen, but that's a lot of knights going down, not a lot of pikemen going down, so I don't think that was a good fight. Now I think it's time to just run away here. Run away, and then you know, take a fight later. As a few crossbows now trying to deny this castle, but there's too many knights here, there's too many scorpions here as well. That castle will go up. A nice castle in the front of saymayname's base, which will kind of, it doesn't really protect his base, but it will stall out any forward push from the Viper. And that's the thing with archer players. This is the kind of push direction that they will take. Like, cavalry players can attack from the flanks and things like that, because of the mobility that they have. Vikings don't have that luxury. They kind of have to take the shortest route to their opponent's base. As knights now make it into Viper's base, there's nothing to protect the economy there. Scorpions here as well. This army from Viper is going forward on the left side. Now remember, this castle doesn't protect the left side of saymyname's base. There's a lot of villagers here that are exposed, and saymyname probably has to be very careful, because this archer army is finding kills, is definitely going to find some kills now. The eco KD might be 19-4, but that is going to change fast as 3 villagers go down in quick succession. saymyname didn't notice that though. So, buy some stone. He's going to drop a stone on this woodline. I like that. I like that. He leaves these villagers here as well. This will distract Viper a little bit. He's not going to chase these villagers, and he might not go for this castle. He might not be in time to deny this castle now. Ooh, I mean, that might not have been intentional, but I could see where that would help. As now the Viper bringing up his crossbows to the north. saymyname sending his knight army behind. Viper wants to deny this castle. This castle that is 84%, but I don't think it can be denied. And now your knights, your crossbows are out of position. They are close to a castle, taking some shots from that. The pikemen are getting stopped by the knights, and the knights are killing crossbows left and right. Scorpions join in the fray as well, killing the pikemen that were supposed to protect the crossbows. Crossbows migrating back and forth on a hill, but there's only 16 of them, and these knights are going to absolutely massacre these crossbows. And with that army dead, does the Viper continue to play here? He is 40 villagers behind. He is behind in military control now. Is he going to continue playing here? Or is Say My Name going to take the first game against the Viper? Say My Name's resources rising. He is thinking about going to Imp. He should be thinking about going to Imp. Viper? No, he's not going to call it GG. He's going to keep playing here. He's going to keep playing. He's still going to try. You know, I mean, it wouldn't be the Viper if he wouldn't at least do absolutely everything, you know, to stop his opponent from winning. Like, if you want to beat the Viper, he's going to make you work for it. Like, he probably recognizes the position he is in. You know, you see the score difference. You know that your opponent's probably going to click up to Imp. Something that Viper is thinking about as well. So Viper also wants to go to Imperius here. Look at the market abuse. He tries to go up. And how are you doing, Zerga? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And welcome to the first game between the Viper and Say My Name. And yes, you see that correctly. The Viper is behind right now. He's trying to get up to Imp, but Say My Name clicks up first. And the Viper doesn't have a very big army when he hits Imp. But Say My Name will have a big knight army. So, does deny the gold here for a second, but all that Say My Name has to do is just bring in some knights to kill that. Some forward siege, and it's gonna be tough. Well, it's gonna be a tough one for the Viper going forward. You know, he has less economy as he gets berserks. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna get berserks. Perfect. I mean, honestly, remember what I said? Remember what I said yesterday when someone went berserks? That didn't make a lot of sense because your opponent went cavalry archers. But in this case, your opponent goes cavalry. Berserks with chieftains and berserker gang, not the worst units against cavalry. They are not as mobile, but you can't believe it either, huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone can believe what they're seeing right now. And Viper, I mean, it's expected that he must be a bit rusty. I mean, he can't. I mean, even the Viper can't be completely on his A game after playing so much AoE 4, right? So I think it probably does show. I watched some 1v1s too, and he was, you know, he's probably a bit rusty as well. I mean, like, the amount of work that it takes to stay consistently at the top must be insane. So I can only imagine that that's the case. So I don't. That's nothing against the Viper, really. As these knights make their way into the crossbows. Crossbows, you need 40 of them to one-shot knights here. So these crossbows are going to go down in low numbers. They don't do anything. And yeah, with that forward is gone. As, ooh, the Viper sitting a sneaky crossbow army around. The Say My Name wanted to get a castle up on the hill on this side. That is not going to go up for now. But he's going to send his knights around to deal with that. Some crossbows from the other side. So yeah, it should be, these crossbows should be dealt with. And as a result, that is the last crossbow army that Viper has, by the way. He's going full berserk right now. He's going berserk mode. I love it. I love it. You know, I told you that if any player was gonna do stuff like this, right? Make use of that new patch now that it's come out. It's the Viper, obviously. Like, he was often case for one of the first players to try out new technologies, new civilization bonuses after they have been buffed or tweaked or changed. And Viper has a lot of economy right here. It's quite risky. He does know about the castles for Say My Name. Say My Name does not know about that castle there. He's going to try to get this castle up now. Still chasing around these crossbows. Viper's just being annoying with them for now. He knows, too, that these crossbows are not going to do anything. You see, he's not going to micro them either. But he is building his berserker armies. Let's see. 14 berserks somewhere. Oh, there's berserks right there. They're going to be elite berserks in just a second. Getting the final armor upgrade. And now, what's better? Elite berserk with chieftains or Frank Paladin? You say Paladin, right? It's gotta be Paladin. Does he have chieftains already? Does someone see that? Because I forgot to look at that. I don't know. Now, the big weakness with berserks, of course, is that your mobility is super low, right? You don't have a lot of mobility with berserks, so you won't be able to chase down paladins. No, chieftains coming in right now. So okay, so that will give them more attack versus cavalry, and it applies to pikemen as well, by the way. As Paladin is on his way for Say My Name, using his fantastic 146 villager economy to spam the Paladin boys, and my God. The expansion has been great. I love all these castles on the side. You know, look at the position for Say My Name. He controls so much of the map. Maybe it's in a castle. Has 5 castles as well. I mean, this is just basic. This is Frank's 101 right here. This is Frank's 101 right here. As Viper still keeping his berserks back, but he doesn't have quite a lot of berserks. Only 18 on the field right now. The Cavaliers are swarming. And the back gold is the only thing that can keep him in the game. This is true. This is true. Like the fact that Viper has a lot of back gold might save him here, because the front golds are going to get raided to shreds now. As Viper is dropping a castle on a stone here to keep it protected. Has some extra gold there, which Say My Name now sees, and he's going to keep it Cavalier now. Perfect play. Look at that. If Viper wants to expand to that gold, he's going to immediately going to get punished for that. Ay. Yeah, Viper's position is so bad. It's just doesn't have the military control. Berserks might work against Paladin, maybe in large numbers, but right now, I mean, they're already dying the Cavalier, and it's not even Paladin yet. That's going to hit in 5 seconds, and I can imagine that the Viper is probably going to call the GG here in a second. And now throwing X-Men come out. Yes, that is perfect. If you have 5 castles and your Franks, you make throwing X-Men, because they absolutely shred the Berserkers. That is perfect play from from Say My Name here. It's just absolutely perfect. Ranged melee attack. Yeah, just all he needs now is a few traps to push. Paladin's already going to wreck Viper's economy. It's 95 villages. Viper's close to 100 pop. He's almost going to drop behind it. Same is going to drop it forward. Get out of my game, castle. This game is over. This game is absolutely over. And the Viper will probably have to admit that Say My Name, more of an opponent than he probably expected. I mean, the Viper in his draft, he didn't. Yeah, there you go. GG. Viper calls the first game. And the first game, unexpected to probably everyone here, goes to Say My Name. And I told you that Say My Name is a pretty good player. I've seen him play in the Empire Wars Duo and the 2v2 World Cup. They made a great team over there as well. You know, Say My Name, man. Yeah, 7 castles. That's just Frank things. Look at that. Oh my god. That's perfect. That's just fantastic. Look at the map as well. And this is just, I mean, Say My Name played it so well. Frank's 101, and he did everything correctly. And it's just, the Viper was kind of behind in this game at any point. Like, I saw the advantage for Say My Name was slight at the start, but it was an advantage, and he just abused it. Or used it, I mean, it's not abuse, it's just use. Exploited that advantage, and yeah, Frank's is such an easy civ to play as well, just because this game plan is so easy. Like, it is all designed to do this. This thing right here, this is what Franks were made to do. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows it, but it's so difficult to counter. Look, you go berserks, and then what does the Frank player do? Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I got guys with axes. What are you gonna do now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the first game goes to Say My Name. Wow. I mean, even if he loses every game after this, right, and it goes 3-1 and the Viper goes through, I still think that Say My Name can be proud of his performance here. Honestly, what a game. What a game. Fantastic, too. Oh, God. I mean, look at the KD as well. 255 to 126. Like, Viper was losing crossbows left and right. And then Berserkers just went down as well without too many kills. I mean, it was a nice test to see if Berserks are viable, but I think it's not really fair to say, to take this and say, oh, Berserkers suck. I mean, Viper was very far behind as well, you know? No, there's still no telling what would happen if Berserks were actually, you know, used while you're ahead, you know, or at least even with your opponent, who knows? Yeah, great economy for Say My Name here, way more resources collected for him. Looking at, probably have to hurry up a little bit because I was a bit behind on the first game, so we can get into the second game as soon as it comes on. Will count for Say My Name, yeah, 148 villages, and that's exactly the kind of economy that you need to afford Paladin, by the way. That's what you need, because you don't need a lot of military in the field, because Paladin are very pop efficient, right? Very pop efficient. But you do need a lot of vills to afford that upgrade, because it is still an expensive one, unless you're Burgundians, then it's less expensive. Looking at the APM, it's not that far apart actually. You know, the Viper is definitely the faster player out of the two overall, but Say My Name has his spikes as well. You know, like hey, this if this match is indicative of the rest of the games, this is going to be an awesome set. This is going to be a great set. Any case, let me very quickly update the score here. A surprising 0-1. Yeah. And we're going to go to the next game. Because looks like that's already live. We can catch up with that now. Perfect. Awesome stuff. Let's go. I don't want to fall too far behind. Let's go. And let's see what Viper's gonna do, because I think Viper's now gonna up. He has to up his game. Like that last game wasn't top tier Viper. It wasn't. You know, don't think so. You know, he might have been a bit. I think that might sometimes be something that Viper does, right? Like where he knows he is the better player and he plays accordingly, right? Like he plays considering himself the better player. And if you are the better player overall, which with Viper's track record, it's fair to say, sure, but hubris is a thing. It is definitely a thing. And Say My Name exploiting that, getting a surprising win here. And I think Viper, for the rest of the series, is probably going to bring his A game now. He's probably going to try to stop that little upstart from upsetting. Imagine the upset if. Let's see. This didn't do no delay. I'm just looking in the chat here for Discord for between casters to see what's going on. I can't find the game yet though, so I'm not sure if they have started yet or whether there's like a restore or something like that. Let me refresh. No, still don't see it. Let's see if the link works. That sometimes makes the difference. Let's see. We'll try to see if that works. Well, I can see the lobby, but it doesn't look like it has started just yet. No, so I'm just stuck in there. There's 13 spectators. Wow. Well. It's funny, the first lobby was called TheViper versus Yo. Even though it's Say My Name. Maybe that's why he lost, you know? Maybe that's why he lost. It's because the mind games, right? Because Yo is like Viper's kryptonite. For some reason. I don't know what it is. Like the way that Viper plays his games. Very smart and defensive. Oh, the game starts. Mr. Yo seems to be a direct counter to that in a large regard. As looks like we have a disconnect. Okay, disconnect. Say My Name disconnected from the game. So there you go. That explains it. So we'll probably have a new game. ID soon. Or maybe that's just me actually. Okay, let me just test this one more time, because sometimes it's just something weird that happens to if it didn't connect correctly for me. It sometimes just freaks out. So let's just try it one more time and see if it actually works, because it might just very well be going ahead here. And see, that's what I thought, because if no one else is saying anything, why are people being? Okay, there we go. Is this the game? Does it work? Yes, it does work. Oh, don't speed forward now. We want to see the first 30 seconds as well. Darn it. Anyways, welcome to the second game between Say My Name and TheViper. And yes, you read that scoreboard correctly. It is 1-0 for Say My Name, surprising everyone by beating TheViper on the first game of all things. And hey, deservedly so. He played better, you know. He made the better player win. And though TheViper is definitely seen as the favorite here to go through to the next game, I don't think we should rule out Say My Name here, because this player has potential. Player from Vietnam has definitely proven that he has it in him to take games off of Viper, and TheViper is gonna have to bring his A game here now to come back into this game. Man, it just I mean, I can't even, like, the immense upset this would be if Say My Name beats TheViper here and kicks TheViper out of King of the Desert, because it is an elimination round. If TheViper loses this, he's not in King of the Desert 4, period. Like, this is the final 16 go on. If you lose this qualifier, basically, then no. So, well, that's going to be something. In any case, let's have a look at the civilizations that the players have gone for. In the blue, we have Indians for Say My Name. Indians, I like that as a civilization. Pretty good stuff. On the other side, for TheViper, we have Tatars. Ooh, is that going to be cavalry archers? Well, probably, because if you're up against Indians, going knights, not really the strongest choice. So we'll see how this is going to go. Now, going for cavalry archers, of course, with Tatars is sometimes a trap. If you've been around here when I was casting the Verbal Cup, you will know of the infamous Tatars curse on Pampa, on that map. Basically, a map in which, in all likelihood, Tatars should be dominant in the fights because of all the hills. But in practice, it just doesn't really work out that way now, does it? It's, in my opinion, probably because the Tar's early economy is not the best. They have some extra food on their herder balls, which is why the Viper now still has 5, even though he went to 4 villages on wood. Oh, 4 villages on wood. No scouts then. Yeah, normally you would eat 4 goats, but with the Tars you have more food on them, so yeah. But it's not, it's a modest eco bonus, right? It's not the best in the world. So, yeah, that's probably why the Tars are more cursed, even though if they can get the cavalry archers, they are beastly good. So we'll see. Now, getting a free thumb ring, right? It's sweet as well with the Tars, which is why I usually prefer the strategy of going archers then into crossbows that they instantly get thumb ring. Use them to get an advantage, and then you switch into cavalry archers, right? Just to give yourself, make sure you have the lead before you switch into CA, because if you switch into CA just without, well, either if you don't have a lead or if you're behind, that's going to be difficult because it takes a while for yourself to mass those units, right? It takes a while to get your cavalry archer numbers up, and if you don't have a large number of cavalry archers, then anything can kill you. So that's the problem. Any case, what do we have going on at Viper's base? No mill, but I'm seeing a barracks coming out for the Viper, so that is a pre-mill drush here for the Viper as he sends some villagers for some militia forward. Not sure if Say My Name is going to be expecting that. He might if he actually scouts this, but oh, he's going the wrong way. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. If he goes left here, it's even worse. Go right. Go right. Go right. Oh, no. He's going left. Oh, disaster for Say My Name. What bad luck. What bad luck. He sees the gold. He's looking for the Viper, but he thinks it's over here. The Viper is actually on the right of this 4 tower gold. And as a result now, he is not going to see this militia. He's going to be surprised by this. Well, let's see what your reaction time is like. This is what Say My Name can see. Is he paying attention? No, yeah, that villager's a goner. Or not. Might be a goner. Depends on how Viper blocks it. Yeah, Viper wants that villager. Gets the villager as well. She is gonna go down. Boop! And a nice kill there for an early drush. And Say My Name probably like, ah, shit. Because, well, he didn't see that one coming. Gonna drop his own barracks now, which means he's well, I mean, he's going up the feudal age, so he's just gonna do whatever he was gonna do anyways. Scouts, in all likelihood, but, he's definitely already a bit delayed, and losing a villager like that is definitely already an early boon for Viper. Viper now clicking up as well. Will probably be drushed into, what, scouts? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Rushing to scouts is kind of weird, isn't it? Isn't it? Just slightly. Anyways, Say My Name does make it to the feudal age. Doesn't have the wood for a stable just yet because, well, his lumber camp was delayed. Still fighting against the militia. They're not men-at-arms yet. They're not going to be men-at-arms because Viper's not on gold. And Viper is gonna... Well, I don't know yet what he's gonna do. As the stable gets delayed as well because, you know, like the Viper's still running over here with some militia. Almost got a kill again. This village is quite weak. Now sees what sees the stable as well, probably, so he will know what's coming. As the scout runs a ring around the rosy here with the militia. Yeah, this is this start was way better for the Viper. You know, for one, pre-mill drush is very difficult to stop because it's unlikely that you scout this barracks immediately when it goes down. I mean, when you see it, you know what's happening, right? If you see a barracks come down at 4 minutes, you know what's coming your way. Like, that's gonna be a drush. But Say My Name unfortunately had the misfortune to go left here, and so he missed Viper's base. Wasn't sure what Viper was up to, as Viper's going to drop an archery range, is on gold now, so it's just going to be archers. Like I said, drush into scouts is kind of sus. That's not the strategy. So scouts versus archers once again. Well, Say My Name has proven that he can work his scouts, but unlike last time, he's not really walled this time around. Like, the walls aren't up. It's been delayed significantly as well, so we'll see how that's going to go. Viper also hasn't really walled his base either, so both players playing quite open for now. Militia still potentially annoying on this side. One of them is on low HP, so that will probably go down now. But still, again, this is idle time. It counts as idle time. Look how much of this is moving other stuff, other that's fighting. And these villages have only been working 50% of the time. With that kind of a performance rate, you would probably get fired at your real job. Trust me. Well, the scouts will say my name, making their way to Viper's base. Viper didn't wall in his berries, but he didn't feel the need to do so because he's got spearmen around. Blocks the scouts from escaping, so the scouts took a bit more fire from the TC as well. Just little Viper things, a quick gate here and there. So saymyname will just have to run away without getting too much damage in. One militia still being freaking annoying on this side as well. Yeah, what you do now, you wall it in so that it can't get away. But yeah, Viper wasn't paying attention to that anymore. Yeah, still not walling a lot. Neither player is really walling, but the Viper being the archer player probably should wall at some point, you know, to keep yourself safe from the scout attacks, because these scouts can always come back, can always run around, can always hit you in the back where there's a wood line. I mean, saymyname is now kind of hanging around the front, but really what you want to be doing now maybe is go outside of the fog of war, run around, and hit the wood line and the gold. You know, if Viper expects you to come from the front, right? Because like right now, you're just allowing the archer player to sit in one place, which is exactly what they want to be doing. Archer player wants to sit in one place. That's like their units are slow. They don't like running around. They don't like to run. That's not what they're paid for either. Even though these greedy bastards are paid in gold, not in just food. So I don't know. Really, for the kind of money that we're paying for them, they should be running around the map, but they're not very fast. Saymyname now slowly getting pushed back by the scouts. I mean by the spearmen and by the archers from the Viper. We'll probably have to run back to his base. And the thing is, when these archers make it to saymayname's base, what is he going to have in response? Well, it looks like he's going to be defending with skirmishers once again. And this is the thing that the Viper struggled with the last time. But the Viper this time, not making that same mistake again, has called that correctly, right? That saymyname was just going to make some skirmishers again to fight him, and made some scouts. He made some scouts in response to that, and now saymyname is actually on the back foot. Now he has to defend awkwardly try to snipe the spearmen here so his scouts can engage the scouts from Viper. In the end, not a lot of skirmishers remain to fight the archers, so this is actually not the worst fight in the world for the Viper, because at the end of this, saymyname's army is kind of dead and Viper still has a lot of his archers left. That's completely different from last time. Like the last time, the Viper lost all of his archers, and that basically took away his late feudal, early castle pressure. This time around, though, archers coming forward, and we know what he can do with a few archers like that. Saymyname not really walled on the right side at all, nor at the left side. He's not really walled, period. Going to have to defend himself for a bit here. Drops a house on the right here to keep this pressure out for now. So it has to go into the TC. And the Viper looking for a way in. Look at that. Because it's a pond, you have to wall on opposite sides of the water, because you can easily walk around this. But yeah, you cannot wall out archers, as this villager miraculously survives. Should actually have died. If this was my villager, definitely would have died. I wonder if the Viper is going to try to snipe that. Oh yeah, he knows that it's there. He knows it's there, and boop, there it goes. Very nice. Now, of course, can't run away from this, so okay, runs away, gets away. Wow, gets away with it as well. The freaking snake, man. Yeah, I would do that as well. If I weaken a vill like that, if I have some scouts in the field, obviously I'm going to try to get that villager. Hey, that's me, Viper, and Hera, and probably 80% of players, because we like to kill. Anyway, some skirmishers still going down for saymyname. Hey, the thing that the Viper didn't have last time was scouts, and it's making all the difference in the world, because look at that. The economy for saymyname is just kind of worse. Like, look at the efficiency, bringing in 25% less resources in the same window, as the Viper is also harassing the wood line on the left, which is very open. The Viper building his food count. He's about to click up to the next stage here. Goes to Castlade, and now with this lead, right, that he has a firm lead, I would say, despite having a bit more idle DC time, and in the end that doesn't really matter. He has wheelbarrow, right, so the vill count is actually not even at all, because the Viper has 3 villager kills, saymyname does not, and the Viper also has wheelbarrow, which definitely helps here as well. Clicks up the Castlade right there at 20 minutes, a very nice time, and saymyname is not going to click up anytime soon here. He's only on 13 farms. Yeah, this is not looking too hot for Say My Name this time around. The Viper just with very clean play, getting that, correctly calling what Say My Name was going to do for his defense, adding some scouts, and it immediately caught Say My Name off guard. Now we have a second archer range coming out. Either it's going to be a continuation of crossbows, but the thing is he's not making archers right now. We're getting some cavalry armor as well. That for some knights, maybe a knight here or two to deal with a few skirmishers. But yeah, bloodlines coming out as well. It's not going to be full knights, right? Because otherwise this should be a stable. I think it's going to be cavalry archers. That would be my guess, at least. And Say My Name, I mean, he's building his food number now. Has a lot on gold actually, so maybe drop a market and buy yourself up to the next stage. Just as I say that, they do it. There we go. Yeah, that's just. I mean, that's the one thing that I really like about like casting pro players as well. It's like, you learn a lot from watching them and like learning to call if you learn to call what they're going to do, you learn to think like a pro player as well. And a large part of being good at Age of Empires is also just a thought process, like knowing what to do in what situation, and that's just something that comes with experience. Just watching a lot of pro games definitely helps you there. I think we're getting close to that level now. Anyways, Viper just gonna hide these archers. Is he making step lancers right now? He's making step lancers right now. He queued step lancers. He's also queuing cavalry archers because that's the unit he's gonna go for. But he's freaking making step lancers. I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Step lancers will die horrendously to camels just like normal knights, but they are such a pog unit though. Viper instantly dropping 2 town centers, one on stone, another one on a wood line to the left to keep his wood supply safe, because the Viper did not have a lot of safe wood lines beyond the 2 he's taking right now, so this makes sense to secure your wood that way. Still annoying in the back of the Say My Name's base with some skirmishes. Say My Name is going to go for camels in the next stage. Dropped another stable here as well. He knows that cavalry archers are the way to go for it, but yeah, now that the knights are here, the step lancers are here, we'll have to abandon this wood line. Say My Name's base is very unsecure. And what is this wood line, by the way? That's great. That's a weird wood line. Which Say My Name I don't think knows about. Oh, he can see it. So he could maybe explore it later. Maybe later. But for now, and now he sees the step lancers as well. And he's probably laughing at that a little bit, just like Lil. Yeah, wanted to tower his gold, but that is too late, and it's just not looking too good for Say My Name now. Getting pushed off your main gold now means you can't make a lot of camels here. Camels, of course, are not cheaper with Indians. They just have a bit more pierce armor. And Say My Name doesn't have any armor whatsoever right now. He's still getting that upgrade as is, but yeah. He just doesn't know where to send the villagers. There's step lancers on the right. There's step lancers on the left. And it wouldn't be Viper, right? He's down 1 game, right? And where most players would probably take this super seriously and never make a meme unit ever against. Viper's like, yeah, I like step lancers, so why not use them, right? And hey, they are good at raiding. Hey, this is what they're designed to do, by the way. I mean, they can't kill the camels. They still die to that just as hard as knights, but I mean they have less HP as well, actually. So that's one thing that the Viper does well, by the way. It's recognizing when he is ahead, and just have fun with it as well. And like you don't always have to be serious with your game here and there as well. Say My Name. He's still trying, but I mean, look, he just doesn't have any gold. He has to sell stone now to get some gold out. Wanted to drop a tower, but that tower got denied, so he doesn't even have enough stone to sell again at this point. He's trying to get as many camels out as he can, and he calls it GG because it's just absolute domination from the Viper. This is the kind of stuff that people were probably expecting from this series, and the Viper delivering on that now. What a clean win with the Tatars. And really, for me, it comes down to adding scouts in the mid game. That was an important moment. I should learn what the hotkey for this freaking chapter command, because I have to find the moment. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. Let's first look at the statistics pretty quickly, because the KD are going to be very pretty for the Viper. Having Castle Age units against Feudal Age military for the second, that's nice. And then after that, yeah, I just kept getting more kills, especially a lot of economy kills as well. Economy was much better overall. had more villagers, obviously, because he was in Castles and 3TCs. I mean, this was as clean as it gets, like, right? This was as clean as it gets, even with the step lancers. And obviously, Pog step lancers, like, yay. Okay, we might actually go to the third game really quickly here. So let's just quickly jump back to that moment that I'm talking about here. It's a little bit beyond that, blah, 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 players going up. Okay, so what's happening right now, right? This is what happened in the first game. Scouts will say my name, Viper had archers, right? Say my name knows he's going to lose his scouts, so he sends forward some skirmishers because that's how he defended last time. He got the first armor upgrade on them as well, to defend. But look what the Viper does here. He's bringing out some scouts, hiding that stable. Say my name did not see that. No, he doesn't know about the stable at all, right? He doesn't know about the stable. He still thinks he's up against archers and spearmen alone. He's gathering his skirmishes here. And normally, indeed, if it's just skirmishers, yeah. But look, suddenly, scouts start showing up. That's one scout that shows up. And then another scout shows up. And now Say My Name sees the scouts. And now it gets awkward because the spearmen are here as well. Which means that his scouts cannot engage against Viper scouts easily. He can't engage easily. So he's trying to kill these spearmen. But by the time that the spearmen are murdered, there's not a lot of skirmishers left. Now suddenly you can't kill the archers, and suddenly Viper has archers on the field. And this is for me a decisive moment where the Viper got military control of the middle, could start pressuring the Say My Name's base, and he never gave that up. Never. So GG there. Very nice. Now I don't know when the next game will start, but it is 1-1 for now. Yeah, after a strong performance for the Viper this time around. I mean, this was the clean play that I kind of stuff that I expect from the Viper, right? Like just brutal, clean, and stuff like that. So we'll see how this is gonna go for the rest of the series. Of course, let's see if someone is saying something in chat. No delay, yeah, because there was a delay on the first game, which is not really necessary because players aren't allowed to stream their points of view, so you can't stream cheat anyways. That's wouldn't be really possible unless someone in your house films you while playing and then streams that video footage to your opponent, which, I mean, that would be the most pathetic thing ever to do, right? Oh, right, whoops, hang on, I'm on the wrong window. There we go, that's better. Now let's update this a little bit while I'm just... Oh crap, we're going to go to game 3. Okay, loss for the Viper Vikings, and it was a win for who won there? It was Franks. Okay, and then a loss for Indians and a win for Tatars. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let's go to the next game. We have so much time to talk about this. What's the point of doing a draft after all if you can't even talk about it forever? No, I'm just kidding. Let's go. You can find the game already. Yep, there it is. Alrighty, let's go to the third game already. Not the final game, but whoever wins this game probably is going to win the set. Probably, right? If it's anything like most games have been, then in all likelihood it's going to be that way. In any case, alrighty. Well, welcome to the third set between the Viper and Say My Name, and I just need to make sure that I'm actually on the right scene here. Okay, perfect. Because I don't want to... This is not one of those moments where I want to get into a situation where I'm looking at the game, but you guys can only hear it. Because I've casted whole games with you guys not being able to see anything. It was yeah, that was awkward. Any case, Say My Name has gone for Huns here. Ooh, a strong aggressive pick on Arabia as well. Especially since Say My Name has been definitely been enjoying the cavalry play so far. Let's see how that's going to go for him this time. Viper, though, going for Cumans, a very strong civilization as well at the moment. 2TC Boom is not the only trick that they have up their sleeve. The cheaper stables and archery ranges allowing for a lot of early aggression, because normally the problem with building production buildings at the start is that they're quite expensive, 175 wood. So if you want to build multiple of them to produce more, it's a large investment, right? And if you build one and you start producing, you usually just don't have the wood ever because you keep keeping your wood count will just stay below 100. So with with humans, you can actually drop 2 stables, 2 archer ranges more easily than you could with any other civ in the early game. And I guess it's a slight bonus in the late game too, but I don't think that's the biggest thing. Any case, so well, I don't know exactly what to expect from these two players with their civilization. So we'll just have to look at their maps first and see if we can find some clues there. So we got some wood lines for the Viper. They're quite spread out here. It's quite open on the left side. So if we're looking at a 2TC boom, you want to have a base that is a bit more secure for that, because you're going to stay in feudal age longer. You're going to be not going to be able to make a lot of military beyond that, especially in the first few moments when you start getting your vil count up. It's a critical time. Having some extra protection with wood lines that are closer together, kind of necessary as well, right? Although it wouldn't be the first time that a pro player gets away with that one. But we'll see. It's only 2 on wood, by the way. Interesting bolt order there. And I think this actually tells me it's not going to be 2 TCs, right? Because you still need 275 wood to afford that. What this tells me is that he doesn't need a lot of wood in the next age. And guess what? The stables and the archery ranges are discounted, so you don't need a lot of woods. Therefore, you can go 1 villager less on the wood line. Interesting. I hadn't really thought about that one. Yeah, but you can change your world order like that. That makes perfect sense to me. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's just going to be scouts and or archers from the Viper here. Whichever it is, it depends on whether he goes to gold or not. Has 2 back golds here as well, but this gold is quite far away from him, so there's that. Has a forward gold, stone is out in the open as well. Barry's on a hill, but between these wood lines, so if you wall here, that's safe. Not the worst base in the world. Now, players are quite close together as well, as you can see. Like, they're quite close together on the right side of the map, so all the expansion will have to go to the left. For saymyname also has 4 wood lines, really. 4 wood lines, really, with this one being a bit further away than the rest. But still, they're quite nicely spread out as well, so if you wanted to wall between them, that is very much possible. But the golds for, the extra golds for saymyname, the secondary golds, they are further away from this DC. They're also, one of them is forward, the other one is to the back, maybe in theory. His main goal is to the back as well, but it's very open on the right side. It's actually the most open part of his base, so that's not ideal. Also has a forward berries, as you can see right here. On a hill too, so this is a critical point. This is what you would call a pressure point, right? To apply some pressure to your opponents, where they will have a hard time defending against you, right? That's how you pick pressure points, of course. And with the Viper, I mean, he has a similar situation, but his berries are more on the hill than on the slope, so it's a bit better. It's slightly better, but not that much more. Not that much more. So, hey, it's going to depend on the aggression. Now, the Hunt player, of course, can't house wall, so that's why his base looks so empty. If he wants to wall his base, that will be palisade walls, but walling with Huns is heresy. So, and not the cool team. So, even though I totally wall with Huns. I'm very much aware that I'm a huge hypocrite, but I like to say it's heresy. It's going to be scouts, says Sergra. It's going to be scouts because otherwise he would need more on wood for archers. I could see that. He's also still not going to gold. It's already almost a few late, so it's definitely going to be scouts. But yeah, you don't need a lot of wood here to afford the stables here. So stables should probably go up here. He was also on stone. Did you see that? Interesting. Ooh, interesting. So what he did here, it's going to be a double TC. Wow. Okay, total wrong prediction for me then. I thought it was just going to be for some stable aggression, but nope, it's a second TC here. Very risky. And also, so the reason why he bought stone was so he could place a tower. Did you see that? He has 27 stone, so he can actually still place a tower now. But, interesting. I say my name. I'm not sure if he scouted that already. No, he hasn't scouted it yet, but he might expect it. He might expect it as well. He's looking for that DC. He's looking for it. Like, where is that DC? Where did it go? It's not anywhere here, as the Viper wants to wall off this side. But, ooh, that villager caught off guard. And that villager is going to be a goner. As say my name, it's just moving forward with some buildings here as well. Gonna make skirmishes again. Hilarious. That wouldn't be the first time that he does that. I mean, you could totally tower behind this wood line, maybe. That could be good. As long as it's not too close to the town center, because then the town center can just close it off. As now saymyname probably is going to find out about this. Oh, is going to find out about this TC. Yeah, now he sees it. Now it's confirmed. Now he knows, okay, Viper is going to go for a 2 TC boom. Now you have a choice to make, although I'm pretty sure that saymyname has already made this choice, right? The towers from saymyname, where... Well, I mean, you should say, right? You should say he's going to drop a tower now that his villagers are here anyways. He also built an outpost somewhere, didn't he? Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. He wants to know if Viper's on stone. He wants to know if Viper's on stone. He wants to drop a tower here somewhere. That might go up on the hill, actually. Denying the berries, denying the farms, and the Viper going for a very risky strategy. And like I said, there's two ways to counter the Cuban TC boom. Either you go past castle, right? Or to castle as fast as possible and catch up with 3 TCs. Or you apply as much pressure as you humanly can. And that's what saymyname is trying to go for here with the skirmishers. The tower does go up now. It will deny the berries. Will kind of deny the farmland as well. Viper can counter tower if he wants to. That's what he got the stone for. I'm not sure if he wants to counter tower. My god, this tower is perfectly placed between the 2 TCs. Now it's the counter tower for the Viper. If saymyname wants to, he can just stop this tower and just tower somewhere else perhaps if he wants to. This tower, Viper already committed to his tower. That will go up. And Viper is also going to try to rush down. He's also going to try to rush down saymyname's tower here as well with villagers. So yeah, maybe saymyname should have just allow Viper to drop the tower and then just give up on yours, right? Give up on yours. That's already damaged. And saymyname is just going to lame even more. He's going to wall in the gold. Oh god, this is hilarious. So Mimi, is this Gazva versus Vivi? Can you move the chat a little bit higher in the next one? We can't see the CA titles in the info box. Hang on, let me look at the stream so I can see what you mean. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I got you. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, no problem. Well, I actually could do that. Probably could do that now. Actually, well, it's for quite a kind of. Maybe if there's a quiet moment, I'll move it. Yes, I'll move it because right now towers are still going up, stuff is still happening, and saymyname is just doing everything in his power to delay Viper. Viper is at 34 villages. It's not the biggest vill count in the world. No villagers have died so far, so you can tell how much stress Viper's been under. You know, it's 8 farms for him only, so it's not like he can really. It's not like he can really produce a lot of vills with this. saymyname walling in his tower, still walling into gold. His archery range is getting walled in though in the meantime. As you know, he's trying to stop that with skirmishes, but with skirmishes he can't really easily do that because they don't kill villagers, especially if they don't have fletching. So yeah, that archery range is out of order. Yeah, that's not going to be used anymore. Walled in, very nice. That stops the flood of skirmishes as well, right? The Viper's now going to drop another tower here to try to shoot down this tower, this first tower. With saymyname, he's trying to drop a tower on the south here. Man, this is such a weird game, man. Oh, you're welcome, Zergo. No problem. Always open to suggestions. And I wasn't aware that you couldn't see that. So it's always good to point that out. As I said, we have forward blacksmith from saymyname. Just gonna casually build half his town here. I mean, Huns shouldn't have too many scruples about where their buildings go. They are a nomadic people after all. As skirmishers are still denying his will. I mean, the Viper's economy is very crammed right now between these two woodlines. This is basically his only safe economy. Well, safe for what is going on around his DC, but still. His fletching now comes in for saymyname as well. You know, that will make his skirmishers a bit more dangerous. It will make his tower a bit more dangerous, although it will be shot down here. As he is continuing the tower here, the Viper still has to build more towers. It's luckily on stone here, something that saymyname is not checked. Oh, he hasn't actually scouted it. Oh, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. saymyname doesn't know there's stone there. He doesn't know that the Viper is on stone, sneakily. I mean, he should be checking for it, right? He should be checking for it. He can see that Viper is not on this stone. So there must be stone somewhere around here. Viper must be taking stone because there's no market. He has to be mining stone somewhere. So saymyname, if he wants to win the tower war, has to find where Viper is taking stone. A forward blacksmith is not a joke. It's a really OP strategy. You're right. You're right. Because then when you want to get blacksmith decks, right, and you go to your blacksmith, you don't have to actually look away from the front while you're microing. You can get the tech and then immediately look back without delay. It is really OP. As well, the Viper now dropping another tower on his farm, and then saymyname should, I mean, at this point he should be looking for that stone big time. Big time, as he's trying to deny this tower, but that will go up. If anything, you should probably focus on walling in this gold, honestly. Because Viper doesn't have a lot of safe gold. There's no safe gold. This is it. As the tower does go up, the tower for saymyname probably will go up. 97, 98 will go up, but then still, you know, it's not gonna stay up too long. Oh my god. As now Viper coming out with his own skirmishes, and now it is 53 versus 39 villagers. Yeah, this is a human boom that is about to work out for the Viper. And the only thing he needs now is just to go up the cast slates, get some gold to do so. And at that point, right, you know, you're so far behind the saymyname. Like, what do you do at this point? It looked fine at the start. It looked fine at the start, the way that he was trying to deny it. But then Viper finding stones somewhere, because honestly, if you played a tower rusher, you will know the towers will never end. They will never end ever. A tower rusher will always go on with towers unless you stop them with towers of your own. So towers of your own, that's the way to stop him. As saymyname actually the first to click up here, the castle age, getting there before the Viper, but with almost half the villagers. 2/3 of the villagers. That would be the fair assessment. Stable going up for the Viper, and yeah, he's gonna have the resources to spam some knights here if he wants to go for that, or scouts or anything, or light cap, whatever he wants to go for. Step lancers. Do it. Do it. More step lancers. We want more step lancers. Let's go. I mean, I don't think you should go step lancers here because you're gonna be up against knights this time around. But step lancers. It's just still so messy. As saymyname is just laming wherever he can lame. Like I said, this is all according to the rules. Whatever you can do logistically with your villagers, you're allowed to do. And saymyname is just like, I am going to lame everything. Absolutely everything. I mean, his gold is not entirely lame just yet, but hey. First counter attack from the Viper in the entire game. There we go, some skirmishers, but saymyname with some double stables can easily push that back with his scout cavalry. Yep, there they go. Running away, right? Where they came from. And this has been a very messy game already, but I'm pretty sure that Viper is still in a great position. I mean, look at the kill count. It's 63 to 42. He's been defending so far with towers wherever is necessary. Imagine if these had been archers instead of skirmishers. They would have been more dangerous to Viper, right? They could have actually killed villagers. Not something that will be possible now with skirmishers, especially if cavalry comes out for the Viper, which it has, but Spearman will push that away. Woodline is still kind of lame, but not really. There's still a hole there. My god. Does he overboom? He can't go castle. Really? Wait a minute. He hasn't clicked up already? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. The human player is still stuck in feudal age. I mean, I know that the Viper was definitely delayed, right? Delayed by what was going on, but he's gonna go full in feudal now. He's getting armor on his spearman right now. Yeah, he's going full feudal. What? He probably thinks, okay, saymyname is in castles. I cannot go up to castles now. I have to commit to feudal age. But, I mean, saymayname's economy might not be as good as the Viper's, but it's still a good early castle age economy. It's not like saymyname can't do anything. He can still make knights. I mean, there's no problem there. He's going to sit right under this tower, and those villages that are in there are probably going to die as well to this knight pressure. Knight's already +1 armor. Not +2 yet. Can't quite afford that. But I mean, despite the defense from the Viper, he's still stuck in the corner. His expansion is horrendous. There's still towers denying everything right now. As Viper tries to get this tower down. This villager should be getting hit, right? Is this... Oh, no, wait. No, never mind. That's Viper's tower. Never mind. Never mind. That tower should go down then. As a ram coming out now to kill the human player. Something that the Viper could do as well. He could also make rams. He's humans after all. It is a possibility. Not that you should do that. As the Viper now dropping a market as well. He's probably going to try to macro his way up to the castle as good as he can. But it's just... it's just flickering lights all over the map right now. I Say My Name is getting back into this game. Eco KD is slowly rising for Say My Name, getting kills here and there, slowly finding more villagers to kill. Viper's been able to keep his economy safe for now. Having 2 down centers makes that a lot easier as well, but he doesn't have a lot of gold access as well. This is kind of it right now for Say My Name. As this tower finally goes down, so now the Viper can take gold here again and get up the castle. He also had gold over here between towers. That's smart to tower that as well. Very good stuff. Yeah, Say My Name slowly making his way into Viper's base. So the Viper definitely has to get up the castle as fast as he can here, as he loses a cheap stable. Hey, at least it's cheap, right? At least it's cheap. As Rams make their way forward to Viper's base. But Viper has a lot of spearmen to defend that. He's going to defend with villagers as well to try to get the Ram down. But all that Say My Name has to do is just wait a little bit. Towers the wood line now. That isn't counter tower because Viper doesn't have the stone anymore. He's been kicked off of that one. Is this still an even game? Despite one player being 30 villages behind, the other player is kind of stuck in fuelage for now. Viper not really producing a whole lot of units anymore because he can't quite afford it. The night numbers are slowly rising for Say My Name. Still doesn't have the second armor upgrade, but is getting the wood upgrade now. That's an important upgrade to get. Might get the second armor upgrade now for cavalry. Can't afford it. He could get it if he wanted to. Getting Town Watch right now. That will give him more vision. You know, because he sees quite a lot from Viper's base, as you can see. Especially the blacksmith and his archer range in his tower are going to give him a lot of vision here. So, as Viper is slowly losing more of the front of his base. Has clicks up to the castle age now. So the snake will be a castle age snake soon. But it's taken some damage here. It's taken some position control. But honestly, the defense has been solid. Hasn't taken too much eco damage. I mean, except now. Now he's actually losing a few villages here and there. But still, the inevitable is still there. Viper will be in castle age with 80 villagers. Say My Name only has 55. And that is just the brutal reality of going up against humans. If they can get away with a feudal boom, they will have way more villagers than you. That could change though, because now Say My Name is sending his rams to the town center. Viper is going to fight with villagers, but that's what the knights are for. This is a cat and mouse game, as the villagers try to go for the rams, and then the rams need to be protected by the cavalry. As Say My Name gets his second armor upgrade, but it will come in right as Viper goes to castle age as well. A scorpion out as well to maybe kill some of these spearmen that Say My Name saw earlier. 74 villagers for the Viper, so it's not like he's that far ahead with vills anymore. It's only 13 villagers ahead for him. Knights will get +2 at the same time that Viper goes up to the next stage. And I think he was getting that upgrade here as well, didn't he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was getting that castle upgrade here. Imagine if Say My Name had actually committed to the town center and actually tried to get that down. My god. What a disaster that would have been. But yeah, now you are still 10 villagers behind, but position-wise, Say My Name's position is pretty good. He is running all over with knights, trying to raid here and there, getting some more eco kills. Look at that, 15 economy kills. Well, we definitely missed something over here. Lots of villagers must have died on this side, because that didn't happen on this side. And Say My Name is going to drop a 4th castle. If that castle goes up, that is a big castle. That is a big imposing castle. Yeah, I think Say My Name probably realizing that is too risky. He's going to drop it a little bit further back as these villagers are out of bounds. 69 villagers for Say My Name. Nice. Nice. The Viper forced to buy food here for his upgrades because he just doesn't have the farming economy right now to afford. Despite having way more villagers and farmers, it's still not good enough to make a whole lot of pikemen and knights and villagers and upgrades at the same time. So that's why he bought some food. Don't want to fight the pikemen. Don't fight the pikemen. Oh, Say My Name. No. Oh, God. That was almost like Kasva and Vivi in the first game, with Kasva running all his cavalry archers in the spearmen for the fat dragon. Oh my god. Oh, that was really bad for Say My Name. That was a lot of knights that went down at the same time. Knights that could be well suited to raid, say, the stone. Look at that. Find the stone, find the stone. There we go. Viper going for the quick walls. Of course he gets the quick walls up because it is the Viper and the knights can't get the raids in. The villagers are safe behind these walls and the knights will have to run away. Jesus Christ. Just snake things, man. Just snake things. Very nice quick walls. He still's got it. He still got it. As we got some monks coming out now for the hunt player. Getting some conversions, perhaps? Nope. Human cavalry too quick. Runs away. Anyway, the upgrades for Viper's cavalry pretty decent. Has the attack upgrade and skill barding, which evens out to chain barding armor, really. Counter attack from Viper. Ooh. Where? Or did you mean that attack here? Well, he's kind of thinking about it. I mean, he has a lot of pikemen on the field, right? Pikemen that are not going to be that easy to deal with for Say My Name. We're mainly making knights here. Oh boy, Say My Name actually switching into some cavalry archers now. See the archer rangers coming up. He is Huns after all. It is very cheap, and if your opponent insists on making a whole bunch of pikemen, then go cavalry archers. Why not? Why not? The monk numbers are climbing. The cavalry archers numbers are climbing. A castle that is still protecting the right side of Say My Name's base as well. Well, here comes the counterattack from Viper then. And like I said, it's going to be difficult to deal with these pikemen. You can't fight them with villagers, really. Not when they have melee armor. That much of it. Villagers don't do a lot of damage to them. And you can't find them at knights either. You have to wait until you get your cavalry archer number up. So for now, Say My Name is actually going to have to run away from these pikemen. It's still 91 to 89 villages. This is a really close game, actually. A really close game. After all that has happened in this game, it's still very close. And Say My Name pushing away this army, but he doesn't want to fight it. He doesn't want to fight that army. So the Viper sending in some knights from the other side as well. Yeah, he's looking to do some kills. Switching into cavalry archers is always a risk, precisely because of this. Precisely because you aren't making a lot of military in the meantime. You don't have a lot to fight your opponent in the meantime. You need to get your ball up first. The Viper getting the second armor upgrade. Say My Name not hiding his villagers in the TC, taking some damage there. Eco KD rising for the Viper as well. It's now 15 to 20. 96 villagers for the Viper, 92 for Say My Name. As he's trying to get some conversions with his monks, and it looks like he should get some conversions at least 2 here. Right? Right? Are these 2 knights or what? Conversions do come in, two free knights for Say My Name. What's going on in the meantime? Ooh, cavalry archers. Cavalry archers right here. Did the Viper just delete the palisade walls here? Oh, that's hilarious! Look what Say My Name did. Because these units couldn't get out of the archery range, they spawned in the archery range, and now they're basically a form of towers. Then they're basically a form of towers, so they can't get out. They can just still shoot at the farmland. Viper deleted his palisade walls because he wanted to kill those, but he couldn't. He couldn't hit them. Kind of funny. At the castle now on the gold on the left for the Viper. Very nice. You will also know he will need to protect his villagers on that side. So if Say My Name is lucky, he might find that. But I don't think he's going to find that. He's probably going to attack through the middle now. With a counter attack of his own. Has stone for another castle. So that might be a castle maybe on this side. Oh god, oh god. Military count for Say My Name looking really good. 45 military versus 16. Oh, and a forward castle cutting Viper's base in 2 essentially, denying that gold as well. He's not going to be able to deny this castle. It's already at 81%. I mean, he'd have to run right now if he wants to deny that. But, oh, a Mangonel. Kill the Mangonel first. One villager biting the dust there. Another villager going down to the knight. Yep, she goes down. Eco KD is almost even now. Knights also being chased away on the other side from Viper. Castle, will it go up? Mangonel's pushed away by the knight, so I think that should go up, that castle. No way to deny that now. Thing is though, Viper looking to go imp perhaps. Looking to go imp. He's not producing right now. See, he's not making any knights whatsoever. I think he wants to go to imp. But going up to imp without map control is very, very risky. Very risky because you're allowing your opponent basically to take all the map control in the world. As Say My Name now realizes there's a castle there, so he's probably going to give up on those knights and run away with the rest that he has remaining. Now, Huns are one of the castle age civs, as Viper macros his way to imp. Like I said, that's probably what he was planning to do. Huns are a castle age civilization, as there's one spearman in here which is making his army very, very slow. Oh, leave the spearman behind, for God's sake. This AI army, man. Oh, Say My Name. The spearman! The spearman! It's making everything so slow! Oh, God. Well, Viper, 2 minutes away from Imperial Age, but the military control still in the favor for saymyname. Has the better score as well. But if Viper can get the Imp, he has a decent economy, 118 villagers. It's not like it's a fast Imp or anything, it's just basically an Imp. The only thing that Viper doesn't have is the military control. That's basically it. So these next few minutes are going to be critical. These next few minutes are going to be critical here. If saymyname can get can keep his position on the Viper and go up the Imp himself, he clicks up right now. If he can hold for 2 minutes, then saymyname probably has a better position than the Viper, because he has the better military on the field right now. Viper has 11 knights. He's making light cap right now, so that's probably going to be hussars. Remember that... did he just get herbal medicine? Is he going to heal up his knights? Just Viper things, man. Just Viper things. Gets herbal medicine. Just when I trashed it, when I was talking about how no professional player gets that technology yesterday. Well, no, I guess there's no one but the Viper then, huh? Now, the thing with light cap with humans is that if you get step husbandry in your castle, you can produce your light cap much faster than your opponents, right? Yeah, herbal medicine, exactly. Oh, we got some stuff going on the right side. Ooh, knights and rams making it to Viper's TC. That wasn't his imp TC, don't worry about it. In any case, he's up to the Imperial Age anyways. As villagers trying to destroy the rams, but that's a lot of rams and a lot of knights and cavalry archers to boot. So yeah, those villagers will have to run, and Viper will have to run from this position, the right side. Lots of farming economy that is denied as a result of this. As he's getting cavalier, but still only 12 knights on the field. Lots of these farmers now idle, basically. Only 28 farmers on the field, whereas saymyname has 38. He's getting thumb ring, he's getting more upgrades. He's almost an imp himself, 50 seconds away. It's looking very good for saymyname still. I mean, this is what Huns do. Get an advantage in Castle Age, carry that into Imp. And Viper's only chance is if he can get a clear up before saymyname gets all his upgrades, before he gets all of that, but it doesn't look like it. Lots of knights for Viper going down. The rams are still taking down towers. More, all these farms are going to be the knight now. The gold is right here as well for the Viper. He is now sending his early Imp military to defend his own base instead of pushing. Now saymyname makes it to Imp as well. Gonna get his upgrades, and is this game gonna go to saymyname? He's still repairing his castle. I mean, it wouldn't be like Viper to quit here. He's probably gonna keep fighting for now. I mean, he's not dead yet, but it's not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. It's the Cavalier now coming in. Bracer is not in yet. That's an upgrade that saymyname desperately needs here if he wants to fight the Cavalier. So these Cavalry Archers will have to run back to the castle. Some monks there to get conversion. So yeah, that's good defense from Viper for now. But remember, this army should have been right here already, right? That's where Viper probably wanted that army to go. As you can see, that's where it's going right now. It's just been delayed massively. As saymyname is going to jump. Try to get this trebuchet. He's going to get it as well. Cavalier about to come in. The castle is going down quite quick here, though. It's being trapped down from this hill, so that's a problem. It's the Cavalier make their way to the heartland of saymyname's base, and this is going to be a problem because now you have to send back your cavalry archers to deal with this if you don't want to send your knights back. So this castle is probably going to go down sooner rather than later. That's not going to stay up too long, I'd suppose. As the Viper raiding a bit of saymyname's economy as well. Both players still above 120 villagers. So the Viper's at 119, saymyname at 128. Some more villagers go down the back of his base. The cavalry archers are chasing the Cavalier. They have Bracer, so they should be okay against these Cavalier for now. saymyname now mining Viper stone still, which he's using to repair this castle that Viper is getting down. Viper trying to defend his castle there. He's making Kipchak too. Love it. Love it. I love Kipchak. They're such an OP unit if you can get a lot out as well. Has 2 castles, so why not? Why not? The elite upgrade doesn't even cost any gold as well, so it's a pretty good unit. No Bracer though for humans. That is a problem range-wise, but if you get close to your target, you're gonna massacre everything. Like Kipchak do very well against cavalry archers. As his ball of cavalry archers is chasing down the Cavaliers that Viper is sending to the back of saymyname's base. He sees that, so he can start chasing these now. On the front, the Viper is killing that trebuchet that saymyname was trying to use against his castle, and the game is still Still evening out. I mean, the Viper looked very tricky for a second there, but he's still holding a little bit. There's a bit of raiding going on as well. saymyname raiding Viper's base. Again, the farming economy for Viper is not the best, but he's not making a unit that is very food intensive, save for the light cap. As the Cavalier go down in the back of his base, saymyname still dealing with those raids, but his base is very open. There's still a lot of villages that could be raided here. This is the most stressful part of the game for me as well. You know, just late game where, you know, just everywhere there's attacks. You have to react everywhere, send military everywhere, attack everywhere. There's no time to micro anymore. The Viper sending some light cap to the base of this castle to stop the villagers from repairing. At the same time, saymyname sending his Cavalier to take out this Trebuchet. He will get it as well. There we go. That goes down. As saymyname should hide with the villagers, hides with the villagers. There we go. Very nice. At the same time, Cavalier getting some kills over here at the base of this castle. Kipjack, though, getting some good hits as well. But Viper, if he's not going to micro these Kipjack, yeah, he's going to micro it now. He's paying attention to it. Like I said, Kipjack are still not a tanky unit. You have to micro them. You have to micro them. You have to babysit them as well. And right now, I'm not sure what saymyname is going to go for. He's not making any cavalry archers anymore. That hasn't got the elite upgrade at all. So I think he's probably going to continue with Cavalier for now. Doesn't quite have a lot of gold though. And that is a thing as well. Like, this is one of the safer golds that he has right now. So saymaneme's gold income is gonna slacken a little bit. Does he see the gold in the back? Oh, he doesn't see the gold right there. That's big. That's such a big deal. That's such a big deal, because if he's gonna run out of gold, then the Viper you actually doesn't have gold right now either. Wait, does he not have gold? No, doesn't have gold. In the meantime, saymyname raiding the farmland in the back as the Viper is desperately trying to kill this army, but it's too much as well. He's trying to drop a castle as well to keep his the back at the absolute back of his base secure. Like, that's the only thing that this castle protects. That castle could go up. What's going on in the meantime? saymyname trapping down this forward castle. The castle will go down. The castle in the back goes up. As saymyname will probably have to run away from this now. Sits underneath it with his freaking cavalry archers still though. Castle goes down, the trebuchets stay up as well, and the Viper just losing ground. Look at the population, 120 for Viper, 200 for saymyname. He's still in this game, he's still winning this game at the moment, and the Viper calls the GG. And what is this freaking series? saymyname has been playing his freaking mind out, man. Jesus Christ. And, like, seriously, when Viper's field count started to go up in the feudal age, right, I was sure he was going to get the castle age. He would have way better economy than saymyname. And that would have been very difficult. But saymyname, the tenacious little, god that he is, basically, the lame god that he is, just would not give up, kept laming everything, kept towering everything, kept denying Viper, and going for two town centers is always really risky. And what a game it was, Jesus Christ. Wow, this was fantastic, back and forth, and saymyname, I mean, he won this because of the absolute aggression. Like if you leave the Viper alone, like, the Viper is like the extreme AI. You give them time, they boom like crazy, right? I mean, Viper booms better than the extreme AI, trust me. But it's like that, right? You leave them alone for just a second, they boom like crazy. But if you keep rushing them and keep poking them, that's exactly what you need to do to win a game. And that's what saymyname did at every point here. Yes, the Viper got some counter rates in, but if you look at the eco kitty, it is in the favor for saymyname. He killed more villagers overall. And yeah, the Kipjack numbers, yeah, at this point, that's also the thing, right? It's one ball of military that has to stay in the same spot. And Viper just didn't have a lot of saved gold anymore. This gold he wasn't really taken anymore because it was denied. This gold was stolen from him by saymyname. This gold was almost running out. I'm not seeing any extra gold. So Viper was just out of gold. Couldn't spam any Cavalier. Nothing. I'm seeing a Tarkin being created as well. Pog. Oh my god. We're actually in a situation now that the Viper has to win 2 games if he wants to stay in the freaking tournament. In the tournament. Not just in the game. The tournament. If he loses the next game, saymyname will make it to the final 16 and the Viper will be out. And imagine the upset. I was just joking about it earlier because, like, again, saymyname is the lower seeded player. He wasn't expected to win this. But I think probably T90 is probably saying the same thing right now. We cannot underestimate Say My Name as a player. He is definitely a very dangerous player to go up against. Cannot underestimate him. Now, let me, in the meantime, let me quickly change the chat a little bit. Let's see. Let's move that up a little bit. And then this will be the chat box. There we go. That should be better, right? A little bit like this. Alrighty. Now you can read it. There you go, Zerga. Now you can read it. Let me lock those things again so I can't accidentally move them by being silly. Oh my god. Okay, let's have a quick look at the statistics, because I can imagine that the game will probably continue, or maybe the Viper might step out for a second, take a breather, because, I mean, this is the next game is going to be important, man. It's going to be important, because he was already concerned, right, whether he was going to be rusty coming back to AoE 2. Whether he was going to be able to keep up with the high level. And I told you, in the last few weeks, right, when I was looking at a lot of... yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. In the last few weeks, when I was talking about a lot of pro players playing Age of Empires 4, a lot of the elite pro players did that, I was saying a lot of the, you know, well, not the absolute creme de la creme of the pro players, you know, the lower tier pro players, and I don't like that wording at all. I'm just saying, like, the non-Vipers but still pro players, right? They have been playing a lot of AoE too. I'm talking about your Slam, right? I'm talking about your Casvat. I'm talking about your, well, maybe not Casvat. He's actually been playing a lot of AoE 4 too. Say My Name probably as well. I mean, he's not online when I'm online, so unfortunately I wouldn't know. But I've seen Slam play a lot, actually, because he's around when I'm around, because we're both US here, Canada. They've been playing a lot. And I said that maybe if they can get to a top-notch level, they can actually threaten the position of the elite, like the absolute top players of Age of Empires 2. And you're seeing that, right? You're seeing that. Say My Name here is making Viper run for his money, basically. He is making Viper work. And not just work, he is actually in a position that he can clear out the series. One more win, and he goes on. And it's absolute insanity to me. This is fantastic. This is the kind of stuff that we live for. Like earlier, we were even talking about it, that it's so much more exciting now that we're in a tournament where the Viper isn't necessarily expected to win 100%, right? Like, 3 years ago, in a tournament, it's basically Viper, Viper, Viper. Nowadays, not so much anymore. Not so much. Viper's still a very impressive player. He's still very dangerous. He's still one of the favorites to win the tournament, but not the absolute favorite anymore. Not the absolute favorite. Now, we have a game 4, so let's just... I'll just quickly look at society. I think the KD will probably tell us a little bit. Yeah, KD was much better for Say My Name there. 268 to 203. That's great. Anyways... I don't want to look at the statistic too much, because I want to continue with this series, man. We're going to go to game 4 in just a second here, as I can, if I can load it up. Let's see if I can find it. This is good. The stakes are absolutely through the roof right now. Like, I think, you know, maybe it's a bit of karma for Viper random banning Civilization instead of, like, taking it seriously and actually banning good Arabia civs. You know, maybe it might be a bit of karma from the Age of Empires 2 gods. I don't know, man. But in any case, as we speed up again, welcome to Game 4. Game 4 between the Viper and Say My Name. It is 2-1 for Say My Name. Yeah. You're seeing that correctly. Viper, if he loses this game, he is out of King of the Desert 4. And that would be the first time ever. You know, I think he's been in every King of the Desert so far. He's been in every major tournament so far. The Viper getting kicked out here would be an absolute... That would be the biggest thing today, that's for sure. I can tell you that. Twitter's gonna light up like a bombshell right now. I bet the GL the social media manager is just spamming shit in Twitter right now. I know so. I'm gonna check it later after this game. But what a bet. He's kind of funny, actually. So good job, GL, the social media manager. Chapeau. Anyways, let's see what we've gotten here. And oh boy, it's Burgundians from the Viper, a great civ, but they have a weakness. Camels. Berbers from Say My Name. Oh my god. The shining moment for Burgundians is Castle Age, when they can bring out Cavalier, they have a bit of extra attack, they have good economy to back that up, and the later it goes, the more they drop off a little bit, right? Yeah, guess what other Civ has its shining moment in Castle Age? Yeah, that would be Berbers, right? I mean, Berbers kind of suck in the early game. Like, their win rate isn't the highest either. They're not a bad Civ by any means. They, faster moving villages is a nice eco bonus. But, if they can get the Castle Age, having some cheaper stable units, very handy. And you can expect a lot of knights, a lot of camels from Say My Name. Now, he still has to get the Castle Age, right? And if I know the Viper, we saw what he could do in the second game. He can still do that now. It's going to be a struggle to even make it that far, so we'll see. But it's going to be very difficult for the Viper. He has to win 2 games now, and he can do it. If there is a player that can come back in a series like this, it is the Viper. We have faith. I can't believe I have to root for the Viper now as being the underdog. What is this? What is this? You know me. I root for 5 games, so now I have to root for the Viper. What? No, I'm just kidding. That's totally fine, of course. Hey, I mean, this has been an excellent set. I want this to go to 5 games. Don't you guys want this to go to 5 games? It's been amazing so far, right? Like, give me another one. We are greedy. We want all the games we can get, not just one more. No. And yeah, I mean, if Viper wins, we will go to a game 5, of course. So, but that's still ways ahead. We still have to play this game first and see what's going to happen. Now, it's probably going to be a lot of cavalry from both players. Like, both civs are cavalry civs. Both civs don't excel in archers and infantry, especially Berbers. Their infantry is not very good. And they get full upgrades on them, though. Yeah, they actually get fully upgraded champion, don't they? Alright, that was Persians that don't have good infantry. Right. Never mind. The Berbers is actually a pretty well-rounded civ then. Huh. Who would have thought? In case Viper taking some damage on his scout. He was trying to snipe her. She does not have Loom. Almost got her as well, but yeah, she is saved for now. At the same time, Say My Name hanging around Viper's base. Viper trying to shoot the scalp, but doesn't get it. Also doesn't have Loom on his villagers, so his villagers could get sniped as well if one of them is left alone somewhere, like a walling villager, for example. It's kind of like you're like the imposter in Among Us. You need to look for the crew members that are out of bounds. People that are alone that you can kill. I'm sorry, I've been playing a lot of Among Us lately just for fun, so now I'm thinking in those terms. I can't help myself. We got some wood. Let's see what the players are going to be going for. I mean, it's going to be scouts, right, for both players. I'm not seeing anyone go to gold or anything. I'm not seeing anything that tells me it's not just going to be 20 pop scouts from both players. And neither side really has the advantage here in that, but Berbers get bloodlines. Burgundians do not. So the scouts that Viper can put on the field here will be worse if Say My Name gets his upgrade. So if Say My Name decides to go full feudal, there's not a whole lot that Viper could do about that. As that villager kind of doing some weird things. He actually chopped a straggler tree right there so he could get the barracks up on that side. Now the villager is on the outside of the wall though, but he has a scout here, so he's fine. Oh god, no. Oh, we're doing it again. We're doing it again. Forward buildings. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Say My Name, dropping a forward blacksmith. Is gonna go forward again. He's like, that worked last game. Let's do this again. Well, I mean, in his defense, right? You're up against Viper. When it comes to meta play, like standard play, you expect Viper to be, he's one of the best meta players in the world, right? Like, that was always what made Viper so good. He was great at standard meta play. He was also great at the YOLO plays. As now Viper is going to see this forward archer range. He's like, oh god, not again. Not again. He's like, no. You go away. Go away. No. Go away. Kindly letting Say My Name know that he knows about this. But, yeah, Spearman here for both of them. Archer range does go up, but now it's scouts versus archers. And, is that going to be skirmishers again? Oh boy. I don't think that's going to go well for you, Say My Name. I do not think that's going to go well for you unless you start making a whole lot of spearmen there. Because these scouts will easily destroy your skirm army. Very easily. So I'm not sure about that one. I'm not so sure about that one. Tower now going up on a wood line for Viper. Viper wants to counter the tower as well. saymyname could delete his tower still if he wanted to, but I think he's just going to commit to it as well. So is Viper. Both towers about to go up around the same time. You can actually compare now. saymyname is going to get him up first though, but Viper not too far behind. 70, as you can see, 90%. He's going to get it as well without killing too much. Very nice. So far, it's such a messy game again. And I guess saymyname feels the need to make it messy, right? He feels the need to make it messy because in a messy game situation, he actually can get a great advantage over the Viper. And it's true. That's what we have seen, right? That's what we have seen in the last few games. You know, saymyname actually got a few leads over the Viper by making the game very messy. And Viper at this point is basically going for a standard player with just some normal scouts. Now the question is, where are those scouts gonna go? Because if your opponent makes forward buildings, that means his home base is unprotected. saymyname has walled in some of his villagers, but not all of them. So there's a tower war going on, of course, on this side. Berber villagers are very fast, so they can run away at all times as well. As, yeah, saymyname making it to the back of Viper's base, and Viper's just going to fight with villagers because why not? It's just skirmishers without fletching. It's spearmen. They're not really a threat. As the scouts for the Viper now making it forward to the berries for saymyname, and there's no protection here, no spearmen here whatsoever. And I can just help but wonder what would have happened if saymyname would have just played this standard, right? You have Berbers. Berbers are a great civilization if you can play it standard. Let's see, he's now going to wall in his wood line. Does so in time, so the villagers should be okay here. Yeah, there you go. Villagers are safe. That's fine. Still, I mean, you're still forcing some quick walls there, here and there. That's good. As saymyname is also going to wall the other side. All good for the Viper. He will be happy with that. And saymyname, his villagers are still there. He's still on stone somewhere. Where's he on stone, actually? Oh, it's right there. There you go. It's on stone somewhere, so the towers will continue. I'm not sure where the next tower is going to go. Probably on some farmland, maybe denying his wood line a little bit. As Viper also drops an archery range, so he can go for his own skirmishers to defend. That makes sense to me. As he's still fighting here. Now sees this tower is going to go for a counter tower as well. Let's see if he commits to it, and let's see what saymyname does if he's committing to it as well. Is he gonna lead his tower? Still no villager dead. Well, actually, one villager has died on either side, actually. The Viper did lose a vill then. Well, he's not gonna rush down saymayname's tower, but he is gonna get his own tower up around the same time. As saymyname is trying to delay the tower as much as he can, but he has to keep in mind, keep an eye on these scouts as well. As Viper's just gonna rush down this tower. I mean, I just, you know, like, the defense has been really good for the Viper. You know, he's on stone himself as well, somewhere. Right there. Right there. As long as Viper is on stone, he has proven he can still make towers and still defend himself. So I'm not seeing saymyname being able to do as much damage to the Viper as he did last time. Remember that saymyname's economy is going to be way worse than it is for the Viper. He has 4 villagers on stone instead of 3, and there's 4 villagers going forward building towers all the time, right? So, as the Viper can't... Okay, he can't see the tower, but he can see this villager. So he knows that the tower is going up there. And therefore, he's going to drop a counter tower again. This is just tower defense, right? You know, as soon as you see a tower that is going to deny too much of your economy, you drop a counter tower. And you just keep doing that. Because hey, at least, right, at the very least, your economy can't be worse than theirs. Because they're committing double the amount of villagers to this than you are. Because you might be mining stone, but the villagers that are building towers are still just working in the meantime. These villagers are just sitting here trying to beat tower wars, right? Like, saymyname is not actually committing to any of this. Now, last time, despite all of this forward aggression, he was still able to get up to the next stage. So let's see if he can do it this time around. He's adding farms in the meantime, while trying to delay the Viper as much as he can. It's 33 villagers for saymyname, 31 for the Viper. Neither side has wheelbarrow, so it is two villager lead for saymyname. Viper had more idle TC time than he did. It is slightly better as well for saymyname, but I mean, like, just 5 kills to 4. It's not that much of a difference. Saymyname now, the first tower that isn't counter towered, he's going to immediately wall it in as well. Very good. Normally you'd also wall the corners, because if you don't wall the corners, then yeah, villagers can still rush it down, but whatever. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah, Viper's economy, it's very similar to saymyname's economy, honestly. The only difference is that Viper has some scouts, has the mobility to run around and maybe try to get some villager kills. He wants to get into the stone because he wants the towers to stop. But yeah, some spearmen brought home by Say My Name to stop that from happening, as he's going to drop another tower on this wood line. That's a lot of investment on the wood line with just 2 villages on it, honestly. Like, this wood line is way more important for the Viper. As he's going to pre-tower his stone as well. He doesn't want to let Say My Name in here. And honestly, I think Say My Name should have probably gone to this place instead of towering this wood line again. But you're just denying the wood from 2 villagers. It's not a whole lot. He's trying to shoot a vill, doesn't get it. I didn't think he would. It's very unlikely after all. Where's the scouts for the Viper? Okay, over here. Just running around, see, you know, they're just... Viper probably not sure where he's going to send his scouts, but honestly, I don't think Viper cares at this point. He's not making anything right now. He's just going to go to Castellates and just deal with this pressure in Castellates then, right? As I say, wall the corners, because otherwise this happens, right? Like this might have worked before, but nowadays it doesn't work anymore. Villagers can attack diagonally like that, so... as it's going to be another stable now for the Viper. Finds those finds those tower villages as well, so he knows that a potential tower could go up here as well. On the other side of the stone, also blocks off this side with a house foundation, so if Say My Name wants to get around, he'll have to go all the way around the wood line, which Viper doesn't know how far that wood line goes. It actually doesn't extend to the edge of the map, so Say My Name still gets in, but Say My Name is not going to click up the Castellates, and Viper is on his way. Going to be able to get some knights out. There's no camels to stop him now from the Berber player, and honestly, if you're gonna go YOLO like this, right, why pick Berbers? That's a very strong civilization against a Civ like Burgundians. And I know you're still up against the Viper. I know you're still up in a... You feel like you have to make it messy in order to win games. You can make it messy a little bit, but it doesn't have to be completely messy, right? Because as a result, it's so messy that in the end, it hurts Say My Name's economy a bit more than it does Viper's. And in the end... It's not like there's like 20 scouts with full upgrades running through Viper's base now, stopping him from going to Castellates and getting an advantage there. No, Viper has gold, he has food, he can start spamming knights, and once the knights come out, what are you going to do against this with skirmishers? As Say My Name has now clicked up, and I see he like builds a lot of palisades just half, right? He's just so eager to get to the next tower. He loves his towers, man. Jesus Christ. As Viper's like, no, mate, that's not allowed. That's not a tower that I'm going to allow. So he's going to try to rush it down, send in the scouts as well to try to fight, but very difficult. There's still some spearmen around, but knights can come out now, and Say My Name is still... I mean, he's ahead in the vill count. He's ahead in the vill count for now. It's gonna even out a little bit as the Say My Name goes up to the next stage, but knights are about to come out, and Say My Name's base looks like this. This is Knight Heaven. This is Knight Heaven. They can run anywhere. And the Viper is just going to drop a TC on this stone so he can get to a castle perhaps. Also so he can shoot down this tower in particular. Knights starting to clear up units here as well. These forward villagers are probably going to die if they stick around too long here. More knights coming out. Viper walling in his wood line as well. Or maybe trying to a little bit. Actually no, he got housed. Oh, that's what these houses are for. Viper got housed. MBL much. Villagers now hiding in the tower because, well, they have to hide somewhere. As yeah, Viper probably just gonna send his knights right straight into Say My Name's base as soon as these towers have been cleared, and then yeah, what is Say My Name going to do? Well, he is in Castellates, right? He is in Castellates. Can make some knights now. I mean, some knights and some camels now. Going to make camels first because you're behind in the knight numbers, and you're going to be up against Cavalier, right? So this is the moment. Again, where I think Berbers could shine, but the thing is, no camels on the field yet, and the cavalry is on its way. As Say My Name is going to try to quick wall in his gold, gets the quick wall up. Wow, quick wall to succeed. Oh, but there's a hole there, and it doesn't look like a hole, but it is a hole after all. And the freaking cavalry does get in. Camels have to be sent there as well, which does lead to a few vill losses here for Say My Name. As the villagers are trapped, they can't get in. The walls are blocking the camels more so than the scout cavalry, and that was not too good for Say My Name. Lost a bunch of villagers there as well. On the other side, the Cavalier getting into the stone vills as well as they're trying to run away. They might be fast, but not that fast. And Viper's getting a bunch of kills. Say My Name though, denying his wood line now. Viper didn't counter tower this one. He doesn't. I mean, he has a stone for it, but he didn't do it. Well, he is off a wood for a good while. Actually, this wood line is now safe again. It's gonna go to this wood line for now, so it should be fine. Say my name, dealing with the early raids from the Viper with some camels. But yeah, still his base is completely open as these Cavalier tried to get in, but it was walled off quite nicely here by Say My Name. We'll just have to keep walling, keep sending camels around to deal with this. And again, like I said, this is so difficult for Burgundians to deal with. This is so difficult for them to deal with. Now, it's no more, now that they have Cavalier, right? Now that Viper's Cavalier, it's not more difficult than any other Knight Civ, but the later this game goes, the worse it gets. Because without Bloodlines, that's two extra hits you can survive from a camel. Makes all the difference in the world. As Cavalier are sent back to finally deal with this little force, Viper probably done with this. He's like, yeah, this ends right now. This ends right now, mister. And yeah, this force is going to go down. That means that these villagers are most likely going to go down as well. At some point, right? At some point. Camels, though, being sent to the front. The monk goes down. A few villagers that were being sent forward. I'm not sure what for. Maybe for a forward castle at some point. I mean, he might be thinking about it. That stone count is going up suspiciously high. So that might very well be a castle at some point. Right on Say My Name's face. But Say My Name still has camels to defend. Villagers from the woodline have to run away from the Viper. And the Viper, I mean, he's ahead. I mean, score-wise, that should tell you a lot as well, right? He's ahead by 7 villagers. Yes. His economy is more efficient overall, I'd say, but he's not like decisively winning just yet. Say My Name is still alive. He's still alive. He's still in this. Monk's now from the Viper to convert the camels as well. Best counter against camels that you could have. Say My Name does not have a lot of upgrades on his camels just yet. Lacking some castle age upgrades here. Has all the fuel age upgrades, so that's good. So does the Viper, except Bloodlines, because you don't get those. Rip. As this tower is still annoying on the stone and the wood line here. So, I mean, that will stay up for now. That will stay up for now. But yeah, the villagers are dead. That can be saved. Viper still kicked off this wood line. Again, Say My Name has to run away. Loses a camel to conversion, but it is the weakest camel out of the bunch. So, I don't think Say My Name is going to care too much about that one. As he's also going to add a town center in his own base while trying to defend against the Viper. These forward buildings now don't do anything anymore. A straight camel just stands there looking at the trees. Say My Name just saw them because he was probably looking over here while he was microing his camels. And after all that is said and done, Say My Name now behind by 12 villagers. Viper is well ahead in the economy. I mean, this is no surprise to me, right? It's no surprise to me that the Burgundian player is going to get ahead in economy. But the Berber player can spam. Even with less economy, you can still spam a similar number of units. As these camels make their way forward. They want to take a fight against those Burgundian Cavalier. Getting a good number of kills here would be really good. As Viper goes for the conversion, Say My Name retreating back now. And my god, can I be lazy now with this follow function. I love it. I love it. That's perfect. Hey, monks are a great way to swing battles in your favor. Not so much by healing units, but more so by getting conversions, which really do more to do so. All these freaking blue spots in yellow's base makes me think that Say My Name has some units there, but he doesn't. It's just one tower and some palisade walls. Yeah, for now, I think both players probably gonna slow it down a little bit. Say My Name still not really walled. Is gonna drop a 4 stable now, so it's gonna be a full Berber spam for him. That makes sense to me. Berbers, of course, they're not really the best Imperial Age Civ in the world. I'm not saying they're bad, but they're not the best Imperial Age Civ in the world. But neither are Burgundians, so it wouldn't surprise me if this game comes down to a lot of castle age aggression. Although the Viper is not making a whole lot of units now. Okay, never mind. He's getting the second armor upgrade. That's more important, actually. More important. As 2 conversions now for for Say My Name with his monks, and his monks are also kind of out of position here as well. Maybe adding in some light gaff here and there will make it easy to snipe your opponent's monks. But the numbers are steadily growing here as both players are looking to go get some damage in as well. Viper's base is more secure than Say My Name's base, but only by a slim margin, right? Viper also collected a relic, because of course he did. Why not if you have the time to do so? Main gold for Say My Name, not very safe, as he's sending in some knights and camels now. Woodline is still walled in consistently. I don't think there's a hold there. So Viper spreading out his units, trying to go for a raid. No, can't get in there. Might get trapped even if he's not careful. Gets caught off guard. Yep, those units are going to take some hits there. Very nice for Say My Name, taking off some HP. Same time chasing Viper's units to the right. Viper's Cavalier finding some kills on the stone here. Gets 2 villager kills. Very nice. It's still very tricky for Say My Name. He's still far behind his fields as well. Like, just especially in the economy. Viper's just adding villagers right now. Adding vills, just trying to get up the Imperial Age while putting pressure on Say My Name. Not allowing Say My Name to go back to his base to raid him. And that's the thing with Camels, right? Camels not the greatest grading unit. As we have a fight, both players kind of committing to this. Viper dropping a castle behind this as well. Some monks behind this for a conversion. I have no idea who got conversions and who didn't here. As both players committing to this. But Say My Name has way more units on the field than the Viper here. Was this maybe an overstretch from the Snake there? As the Viper is losing most of his military on the field now. The monks are going to go down. The Cavaliers are going to go down. The castle was deleted over there because that is not going to go up. And this was a good fight for Say My Name. We should probably immediately push forward now to get an advantage. Viper switching into pikemen, having lost the cavalry advantage. As now the castle might get under pressure as well. As the Viper probably has a house quick wall in the castle units now as well. Say My Name wants to get to the villagers on the other side, but this Cavalier is freaking blocking the way, man. Hero Cavalier. The house wall on the other side fails, so the villagers still under pressure. The castle is at 94%, 96, 97. Will go up. Phew. This Cavalier saved this castle right there because it blocked Say My Name's military. At the same time, a Cavalier finding his way into the wood line. Some villagers could die to this if Say My Name doesn't respond to this. Hasn't responded to it yet. So Say My Name has the military lead, but the Snake has the eco lead. Yeah, that's 4 villagers going down as well. A nice castle in the front as well. I mean, it does control the middle of the map. It doesn't protect Viper's base, though. It doesn't. That's what the pikemen are going to be for, as he's making more of them. Yeah, don't worry, it's not for Flemish Revolution. We're not quite there yet. Although Viper seems like the kind of player that would totally get Flemish Revolution if he's either winning or losing. Just for the memes. But for now, it's still an even game. It's, well, not exactly even. Viper has the lead. Way more economy than Say My Name. And look, 56 is 97. Eco KD way in the favor for the Viper. 25 to 8. But a slight army lead there for Say My Name. And he's still producing a lot of knights. So he's not going to add a whole lot of economy as well. He's just going to try to overwhelm the Snake with military. Streaming knights into Viper's base. He cannot hide all his town centers in his... all his villagers in his town centers. Yeah, there you go. Lots of wood villagers are exposed, and the Berber Knights finding their way that way, trying to get some kills here as well. So the Viper is definitely will have to defend himself here, as the Eco KD is evening out a little bit, as Viper is losing some villagers left and right here. Doesn't quite have the military to stop Say My Name from doing this right now. And this is good. Good rating from him. Especially when you're behind in economy. This is the kind of stuff you need to do to get back in the game. More military being sent forward right now. But Viper is also sending forward military. The left side of Say My Name's base has consistently been open. And honestly, he should drop a castle here right now. Right now. Like a castle on your gold, maybe to protect this gold and this stone. Very essential that he does that. Because the left side of this base has consistently been a weak spot. As the Viper is expanding there with some wood villagers. Say My Name's military makes it into Viper's base. But pikemen are here to defend now. They have decent upgrades. Actually pretty good upgrades. You know, the melee armor is very important for them against cavalry. But there's not enough pikemen here. And Say My Name is killing more and more villagers. The Eco KD is evening out again. But the Viper still with more villager kills overall. It's 50 villagers versus 95. The Viper is still stuck around 95, but so is Say My Name. He's stuck around 50. Still no castle going up for... Wait, what's that? The Viper who had the stone. Oh, never mind. I thought Say My Name had the stone for a castle. Never mind, he doesn't have the stone. It's actually the Viper that has the stone. So we have a fight on the hill now. Mostly pikemen here again. Not enough pikemen to take this fight efficiently though, but... Still, it's not the most cost-efficient fight for Say My Name. As the castle is... Well, Viper wants to drop a castle on the right. Let's just leave it at that. He can't right now because of this military control from Say My Name. As he's probably going to commit to it here as well. As Say My Name says GG. Doesn't think he can do it. You know, he sees the pikeman. He knows that his Berber military count is just going to drop more and more. He's never going to get up to imp. He's far behind in the boom. And we are going to go to a game 5. But not after a highly contested game. Honestly, this was not a game that the Viper won very easily there. Like, Say My Name made it difficult. He made it messy. honestly. But in the end, yeah, well played by the Snake, keeping himself as safe as he could, just focusing on the economy. And honestly, when you watch a lot of Viper games, old games especially, it's not like, yes, he was a micro god, right? Yes, he was a great strategy, 7 out of 10, in fact, right? But most games he won because his macro was immaculate, right? He was just very good player who knew exactly how to gear his economy to do the things he wanted to do. And that's the good backbone of a strategy is economy. And that's always been Viper's strength, like playing it safe, keeping his economy, like making it very difficult to punish him, making it difficult for his opponents to get a lead on him. That was what he was always good at. And this is, again, a good example of that, even with an open base, not taking too much damage, right? Not too much damage. Staying ahead in the vill count consistently, and then as soon as your economy starts kicking in, boom, spam, spam, spam. It's just good stuff. And also attacking saymyname at his base, despite losing that fight, still got this castle up in the end. With a bit of luck, though. With a bit of luck. That Cavalier, that one Cavalier that was holding this little choke point, definitely should get a raise, in death, because it's dead now. KD was super even, but of course, when the KD is even, it favors the player with the better economy. Right, that's very simple. When the KD is even like this, when both players have similar numbers of military, then the player with the bigger economy is going to win. That's not a controversial thing to say. Lots of conversions for saymyname at the end, gets 7, Viper only 4. So yeah, I wasn't really able to see how many conversions both players got because it happened so fast. Army high for both players around a similar number. And like I said, Berbers have the potential to kill Burgundians in Castle Age. But yeah, if you play it safe like Viper at your pikeman when necessary, you have a good shot at winning as well. Especially through economy. So yeah, just well played by the Snake. Oh man, this is gonna be one heated game, and I think all the other pros, they are watching this right now. They are watching this right now. They are looking at the Snake and how he's performing, and they're licking their lips, and they're like, we might be able to knock out the Snake in the group stage here. We might be able to get a win on him in the playoffs if he makes it there, right? Now, I might be saying that, and then the Viper obviously just goes to the finals again and proves once again that I should stop talking out of my ass. But right now, just for a moment there, it just looked like the Snake was a little bit shaky. I mean, again, he said it himself, right? He said it himself that he was going to be shaky and rusty coming out of AoE 4. And might probably, as the tournament progresses, he will get better and better again as well. Duh. But hey, I think saymyname. I don't think anyone expected him to get this good of a result over Viper. Like, winning one game, I thought he was going to win at least one game against Viper. With a player of his caliber, yeah, duh. Getting 2 games of the Viper, yeah, that's possible as well. But beating the Viper twice, right? Getting ahead of the Viper twice by beating him. Now that is a performance, and I think that he can be very proud of that, regardless of whether he wins or loses the next game. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, he should already be so proud of himself. Because the Viper might not be the absolute top of the world anymore. He is still the best player of AoE 2 overall, really. But he's still... Let's just say that the Viper could probably beat me in 5 minutes. Easy. Anyway, GG. Whoa. Wow, let me update the scoreboard a little bit. It's 2-2 now. I wasn't able to do that last time around because these sets have been continuing at a breakneck pace. And oh god, the 5th game is happening. Hype indeed. Oh my god, here we go. Yeah, I agree. It is hype indeed. Hang on a sec. Okay, there we go. Let's get into this game, shall we? I still wanted to show you the draft and think about what civs our player's gonna go for. We don't have the time for any of that. So let's just get right into this game. And here we go. The final game between the Viper and saymyname. Either way, it will be the final game, by the way. So buckle up, buckaroo, for this one. Oh my god. This has been fantastic, though. And there. Shh. Calm now, Capture 8. You can do this. Stop speeding up, damn it. Anyways, fifth game between the Viper and Say My Name. It is a 2-2, obviously. Whoever wins this game is going to go on to the group stage with the last 16 players. And considering how this series has gone, my money is on the Viper, but Say My Name could surprise us at all by getting another win here. And it's gonna be one hell of a last game as well. Look at that. Britons for the Viper, Mayans for Say My Name. It's gonna be the Archer war of all time. I'm telling you, this is going to be one heated battle. I don't think either player are going to want to resign here. I wonder if Say My Name is going to go YOLO again, meaning with Mayans you do start with an extra villager so you can get loom. So if you want to send a forward vill for the lames, I guess you could. As the Viper is sending forward a scout, and he's thinking about lames maybe, perhaps. As Say My Name is bringing in some of his goals, but the Viper scout might find something to lame here. This Rhino is on the front of Say My Name's base, but he will probably bring that in a second here. Very important though that he does, because if he loses that, as he's laming Viper right now as well, getting in some goats, which Viper might find or not. Nope, doesn't know about the goats, so... It's Say My Name who is laming right now! Does the Viper see that? He can see it, he can see it! Oh, he's going the wrong way as well! Oh no, Viper! Viper! He's not gonna stop the lameness. He didn't see it. Oh crap. I mean, the odds of seeing it as well is very slim. But yeah, that Rhino has disappeared. And the Viper doesn't even know where Say My Name's base is right now. He's going the absolute worst way. What a disaster already! Oh my god. Well, I mean, not over yet. It's the Viper after all we're talking about. I mean, like, even last game, Vet Dragon went fast castle while getting lamed, you know? So it's not impossible. And probably Say My Name should be smart here and bring in his forward Rhino as well. Because if Viper is going to find that, he's going to take it. He's not going to just let you lame him without consequences. As now Say My Name is getting his goats on that side. Okay, bring in your Rhino. Bring in your Rhino. Viper's on the way. He's gonna find the Rhino, and it wouldn't surprise me if he would just lame it. As the Viper sees these animals now, should tell him that Say My Name is close by, but he's not gonna see this Rhino, is he? Okay, now he sees Say My Name, and now he's like, ah, crap. Well, looks like the Briton player already a little bit on the back foot now because of that lame, and Say My Name... Yeah, you should definitely bring in one of these Rhinos now, because the thing is, he can't stop, right? He can't stop this scout from laming, really. Not really. Yeah, he's bringing in that Rhino now. Let's see if the Viper's gonna lame. Let's see if he's gonna lame. He sees the Rhino. He's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Alrighty. Well, that's a big deal, by the way. This is a big deal for the Mayan player. I mean, think about it. Mayans have longer lasting resources, which means you get more food on your hunt, on your goats, on everything. But for a hunt, for this especially, 400 food on this already, and then you get more food on it. It basically negates the decay, right? That kind of takes away some of your food. So I mean that already, right, makes it so much easier, makes it so much nicer to have an early game with Mayans because you have so much extra food. Barracks coming up for the Mayan player as well. That should probably be men-at-arms. Wouldn't surprise me. We have a Drush from the Viper. Yeah, Viper probably, he knows he's behind. He's going to go out to the hunt here. But it's going to take a while for him, especially if he doesn't mill that. It's going to take a while for him to get up to fuel. So he's going to make some militia here to try to delay Say My Name, who will click up in a second here as well. Has gotten all his boars, I mean, rhinoceros now. I mean, it's not over yet, right? It's not over yet. It's a little head start for Say My Name. Definitely so. But it's not, the game is not closed. It's not over just yet. Militia coming on their way. If this Drush can delay Say My Name significantly, that's still really good. But as soon as archers come out, that Drush will die as well. As Viper's like, that's nice. I'm just going to block your quick wall here. Yeah, Say My Name now has to fight against these militia. Now remember, these villagers do all have loom because you're Mayans. You always have loom at the start of the game. Because that's the first thing you research. Because when you have 4 villagers, you are housed at the start of the game. So getting loom is pretty much standard. Which means that you're basically a villager ahead of your opponent. Even if it doesn't seem like it so far. It's also because Say My Name is already up. Viper is not. And Viper's he's just trying to delay as long as he can. And Say My Name is making some men-at-arms. He's keeping them in the barracks because he does not want to give Viper the opportunity to harm his men-at-arms before they come out and before they are actually men-at-arms, and they can easily take this fight. And Viper, he's trying to, right? He's trying to delay Say My Name as much as he can. Maybe try to get Say My Name to show his militia here, which Say My Name is not going to do. He's not going to do it. He's going to wait until he gets the men-at-arm upgrade, then pop out and then kill this Drush. And that's the thing with Drushes, they are very weak to men-at-arm rushes, because men-at-arms are so much stronger than militia. Say My Name is in the Feudal Age now, and Viper's still stuck in did I say Castle Age? I meant Dark Age. And so Say My Name does pop out before getting the upgrade, gets one of the militia for Viper, gets the other one as well. Militia for Viper have gone down. Not a single one has gone down for Say My Name. These are still threatening units, even if they will be if they have half the HP now, 2 of them, they will still be men-at-arms. Still no early counter in early Feudal Age, and also if you're not in Feudal Age, you don't have any counter to men-at-arms whatsoever, period. Militia are not going to cut it, trust me. Men-at-arms have 1 melee armor nowadays, so they are way stronger than militia. If Say My Name had waited just 2 seconds to get his upgrades and then pop out with the men-at-arms, they would have absolutely slaughtered the militia. Absolutely slaughtered them. Now, the start for Say My Name has been really good. Getting a lame in when it counted, and also Viper just not being able to find Say My Name at the same time was just a double whammy. And worst thing is too, is that if a Measure Shift lames, loses some HP, they can just heal up their Eagle and use it again. So this Eagle Scout can actually still kill villagers. That's the irony. You don't even have to pay the price of losing some HP as a result of it. As Say My Name probably assumes he's Viper's fully walled. He wasn't fully walled just yet, but I mean, the men-at-arms are not going to get there, that's for sure. As he's trying to break through this house foundation with minus 2 HP, by the way. Minus 2 HP, as Viper's probably going to wall around this Eagle Scout, unless Say My Name stops that from happening. Nope, that Eagle Scout is now trapped, so basically the men-at-arms are saving the Eagle Scout. At the moment. Archer coming out already for Say My Name. Nice follow-up as well. Immediately bringing out an Archer with fletching in 20 seconds that will stop villagers from walling behind this. And Viper is under a lot of pressure right now. I mean, this is what the Snake has trained for years, right? To survive pressure like this. But that doesn't make it any less difficult to do so successfully, right? So, let me get... I was just getting a little bit comfortable. I bet I'm a bit more comfortable than either of these players. It's game 5. They must be sweaty right now, I'm telling you. They must be nervous. Both of them. I think even the Viper probably has some nerves right now because, you know, being one of the best players comes with a lot of pressure as well because you want to consistently perform properly, you know, perform well as well. And if you don't, then you know, that just looks weird on you, right? Like, it's just a lot of pressure, right? People expect a lot from you. And Viper will know that as well. So Viper is a bit on the back foot. Is 1 or 2 villagers behind as well. He's going to get his archers out now. Now, luckily with Britons, right, if anything, you will be able to get a lot of archers out in the meantime. As he's still walling behind this as good as he can. Because Briton archer rangers work faster. Just like Hun stables work faster like that. So it's easy to mass your archers. You know, Viper still has kept most of his base secure for now, but I think Say My Name is okay with this. He's okay with not actually getting into Viper's base. He's okay with all this. He just wants to put pressure on the Viper so he's not counterattacked himself, so he can wall up nicely with some cheap palisade walls, you know, because that's walls are cheaper with Mayans. He's looking for a way in, maybe to do some more damage somewhere else. And Viper will have to stay in his base. And what is this? Oh my god. Say My Name is on his way to Castle. He's using the market there to buy himself up to the next stage. Viper just made it to the Feudal Age, but he knows about this as well. I probably saw the score dip for Say My Name. He saw that. So he's also going up to Castle Age at the same time. So that fast castle strategy, basically. I mean, it's not really fast castle if it's beyond 18 minutes. It's just going to be beyond 18 minutes. So it's basically a fast-ish normal Castle Age. Wow, the amount of words that I had to use to put that to words. My god. But yeah, in any case, Viper, he noticed that as well. But he's still going to be about a full minute behind to Say My Name here. A full minute in which Say My Name will have crossbows, which Viper will not have. So, it's, yeah, there he goes. A minute and a half behind. So in a minute and a half, Say My Name could potentially do a lot of damage as well. And also, another thing, Yeah, another thing is, the longer this game goes, the stronger the potential for eagles becomes. And saymyname is dropping an arch, is dropping a barracks. He's not making archers right now. He's not gonna go for archers. He's gonna go for eagles. Going to go for eagles. I'm not sure if Viper expects eagles or archers, but probably if he clicks these clicks these archers, you're not seeing any armor on these, right? Yeah, they don't have armor, right? So they're not fully upgraded. There are also not a whole lot of them as well. So he might expect eagles. Now eagles is risky. Okay, now he knows for sure. Now he knows for sure. He sees these eagles as well. So Viper will know. Okay, eagles are coming out, and he sees that and he's like, okay, I see you. I see you. Saymyname also encapsulate, doing the same thing Viper was doing, but faster. Viper also gonna wall off the side now. Like in Feudalist, it's okay to keep this open. Well, once Eagle Warriors come out, you cannot leave gaps into your base any more than you could when you're up against a Knight player. So yeah, Viper will have to keep himself safe, and he's gonna go for barracks. He's gonna test it out. He's gonna test it out, man. Longswords have been buffed recently with that extra melee armor. Is that gonna make a difference here? Are they going to be able to kill the Eagles better as a result of that? Getting men-at-arms. It's going to be longswords defense, and honestly, longswords are OP against Eagle Scouts. So I don't know, going for just Eagles. I like to go for Eagles when it's when I'm in Imperial Age, when I can get elite Eagle Warriors out and they're actually very OP, and then just stick with crossbows for the time being. Eagles and Castellates are okay, but they're very expensive. Very expensive gold-wise. 60 gold on them. That's quite expensive. Not a lot of food, so they're not as expensive as Knights. But they died at longswords quite hard, which Knights don't do. So, we'll see. Crossbows now for the Viper. saymyname hasn't even gotten that upgrade because he's not making archers, of course. Both players will know that. saymyname also still on one town center, so he's not going to boom either. Which is easier for the Britain player, by the way, to add another town center because it's half the wood. Viper still, say with a lead, has more military on the field right now. And I don't know if an Eagle switch is worth the risk here. Viper right now is just defending his base, keeping himself safe, double walling where he needs to double wall as well, house walling behind things like he has been doing. Oh my god, are you guys nervous as well? Because I'm super nervous right now. As we have a siege workshop now from saymyname forward. He's gonna put on the pressure. It is an all-in aggression strategy right now. There will be no boom for saymyname. He is gonna go full Castellage aggression with early Eagles. That means he might be able to overwhelm the Viper if the Viper decides to go for a boom or tries to go a bit greedy. But if he loses that Eagle mass, it's GG. Like, you cannot, like, the amount of Eagles he's about to make with the early economy, you cannot recuperate that in time to catch up with the Viper. As saymyname sees that the Viper is adding a TC, so he knows that he will be on a clock here. Because if the Viper gets the TC up, he will just add economy, he will get way more villages, and it will just go the exact same way it did last game. So this is a critical time for saymyname. The next 10 minutes will be decisive in that regard. Depending on how it goes. If saymyname can do a lot of damage to the Viper, the all-in works, he can add economy behind that, no problem. If he cannot do any damage to the Viper in the next 10 minutes here, the Viper will have way more villages than he does, and will be able to come out with a lot more military than he does. So this is, again, critical moment. Viper is aware of the siege workshop, so he's going to try to avoid that as a result. I mean, it's not like Viper's base is perfect, right? All his wood lines are rangeable. Imagine if saymyname had stuck with crossbows, huh? You know, it's not a lot of expansion either. He's only one save gold in his base. Well, actually, I'm lying. There's 2 save golds. Never mind. His base is fine. His base is fine. As longswords have now come out. Oh no. Scorpions popping out on the other side. Now look at the longswords attack. Look at that. 6 extra attack versus Eagle Warriors. And 3 attacks versus buildings. They're actually really strong against Eagle Warriors as well. The saymyname, he wants to win this fight as well. This is an expensive army for both players. If you look at the RE values, very similar. Very similar. saymyname gets housed. Trying to get in on the crossbows there from behind, but the longswords are close by. Cannot fight the crossbows. There's no way that he can win that if the longswords manage to engage against the Eagle Warriors. And I wonder if maybe, you know, combining this with cheap Mayan archers might be an idea here, just to kill the longswords a little bit faster, faster than than the Scorpions are doing. Although the Scorpions doing some work here, doing some work. Viper's trying to snipe them as well. A ram in front to maybe distract some fire from the crossbow player, as there's a villager out here as well, maybe for Viper's own siege workshop. A mangonel here and two would definitely help a lot here. More Scorpions continue to come out. It's still 45 to 45 villagers. Viper's not producing from his second town center. Okay, he is. Never mind. He is producing from 2, but he's only slowly going to get ahead here. As saymyname is pushing up the hill with the Scorpions. There's 5 Scorpions on the field already. These Scorpions, of course, do a lot of damage versus melee units. And even a bit versus war elephants. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Who would have thought Scorpions great against war elephants? Oh yeah, as the longsword are kind of chasing two eagle warriors on the side here. More Scorpions still coming out. I mean, saymyname is building his numbers. Siege workshop for now for the Viper to stop that from happening. saymyname doesn't want to take a fight against the longsword, but longsword bunched up a little bit as well as they're trying to go for the Scorpions. And saymyname is forced to fight now as the Scorpions go down. Only one of them still alive, but so many eagles are going down at the same time as well. But is it going to be enough for the Viper? Is it going to be enough? All the longswords have disappeared. 17 eagles remain. They still have 5 pierce armor. Gonna go straight for the crossbows now. But a ram is delaying this on the other side as well. Viper has to retreat into his base. Will keep this ball alive, I think. Yeah, it's gonna block this off. I don't think saymyname can kill this. And we have a very inconclusive fight at that. But saymyname, less military now, and now starting to have less economy. And this is what I'm saying. The next 10 minutes are decisive. Decisive. And Viper is going to continue to make longswords here. And the longswords are doing quite well. And I'm not sure if Scorpions are going to be the answer here. Now, maybe combining crossbows and eagle warriors. I don't know if you can afford it. Mines have cheaper archers. So maybe, you know, just a few behind to snipe the longswords perhaps. But Viper adding a 30C as well, and it's looking good for the snake. It's looking good for the snake. saymyname wanted to go all in, it's just not really working out. Longsword's doing really well. Doing really well. That extra melee armor definitely helps them a little bit. Allows them to stay alive longer, and the longer they stay alive, the more bonus damage they can do. As the forward siege workshop goes down, and saymyname is getting pushed further and further back in his base. 5 villages behind now. Score is also 500 score behind. And that crossbow ball for the Britain player just keeps on growing and growing, and the larger it gets, the more scary it gets as well. Kind of the moment where you hope for maybe a nice mangonel shot on these crossbows, like when they're moving. Like, see, Viper doesn't want to stay too close to the siege workshop because he knows what can come out of that. He knows what can come out of that. As looks like saymyname is raiding a little bit in the back as Viper drops a university, which is just delayed right now. Viper's still gonna build this. I mean, it's well, she might go down, actually. As she will go down. Alrighty. As we have the eagles now attacking from the other side now. Holding off the longswords while pushing the crossbows away. The micro from the Viper is good, but look at the longswords absolutely massacring the eagles. Eagles going down left and right. And saymyname is just losing army after army. He's still 5 villagers behind, right? It's not too bad, but the longer this goes, the worse his economy is going to be. And I think eagles are just not going to cut it anymore against longswords. Not anymore. Like, even you have to really absolutely overwhelm your opponent with longswords now if you want to go for that. It takes so long to mass eagles. He's producing from 4 barracks right now. As you can see, it's just... As wheelbarrow is also going to come in, ballistic's going to come in. This crossbow ball is still kind of alive as well. Longsword still coming forward. 19 of them in total. Not a lot of siege for saymyname to support. He's getting elite skirmisher right now. Something ranged maybe to support himself a little bit. But right now, I wonder if, yeah, I still wonder if maybe if saymyname would just continue to go for crossbows with the lead that he had, perhaps that would have been a good play, because the longsword just mowing their way through the buildings here with the extra attack against buildings will get these houses down quite quickly. saymyname again, massing his unit, but this time, if he loses his eagles again, I fear for the continued existence of his tournament life. He's building his forces. It's all going to come down to this. He has to get a clear up. He has to get a clear up so he can push right into Viper's base and do damage, because Viper's economy is starting to get better and better and better. 67 villagers to 57, after all. 3 TCs to 1 as well, as now Viper gets more armor on his longswords, and they were already OP last time around, and now it's 3 melee armor. 3 melee armor. 8 attack for these Eagle Warriors, so they only do 5 attack versus these long swords, which means they need how many shots? 5 attack. That's 5. Damn it, math. I'm sorry, I'm not good at math. 12 attacks versus long swords to get him down. That's a lot. Say My Name also got housed as well by the strategy from the Viper. It has also hurt Say My Name's production a lot. He really wants to get more Scorpions out. Can't do it right now. He's defending with some skirmishers for now. Lacking the second armor upgrade on that though. That's quite important. But yeah, the Viper probably feels quite confident right now. I think he feels like he's in the driver's seat. Say My Name probably, you know, knows that this is not really a game that it looks winnable anymore. So he gets pushed back further and further. Because the thing with all-ins is, if you can't do damage early on, the longer the game goes, the more at a disadvantage you will be. Like, the more the fights you will take will not favor you. So if the first few fights don't go your way, that's not good for the all-in player, especially for Say My Name, because, well, he's not adding any eco. He's adding, well, 1 villager and 1 town center, but he's not adding more TCs. He's not trying to catch up with the boom. He's now 12 villages behind. That's just going to get worse and worse. And Viper is just pushing closer and closer to Say My Name's base. And that's the thing too, right? When you're going all in, you want to be the one pushing their base, like he was doing before. Now you're defending with an all in. This is exactly what the Viper wants. This right here is exactly what the Viper wants. Now Say My Name is adding crossbowmen, but you're up against already a ball of 24, and the Viper is adding crossbows again. It's good play. This is perfect play. This is exactly what you need as we get a nice shot in on the skirmishers. Exactly the kind of stuff that Say My Name doesn't need right now, as the Scorpions have to micro away from this Mangonel. And Say My Name, yeah, he almost has to take the fight. 2 Scorpions going down on the Mangonel. Oh, Say My Name, and what a heartbreaker this will be as Viper pushes his military back further and further and further. Expensive siege going down for Say My Name. He's just trying to find a way back into this game. A castle now going up for the Viper right on the hill in front of Say My Name's base. As Say My Name takes this fight. A fight that is, you know, he's not even going to win it. He's not even going to win it. And with that, I think Say My Name will probably tap out here. And in that he does, with respect for the Viper. Good luck next, he says. And the Viper, after getting so close for being kicked out of King of the Desert in the round of 16, gets the win, goes through to the final 16. The expected result, but my god, did Say My Name give him a run for his money in the first few games. Jesus Christ, he can be proud of himself. Say My Name. I mean, the Viper, he said he was gonna be a bit rusty. That showed, you know, definitely. Still shows, you know, like the first, the third, and the fifth game definitely showed. I mean, the second, the fourth, and the fifth game, I mean, showed top tier Viper. I did this wrong, didn't I? Hang on, there we go. Showed some like good Viper play, very clean, safe play, you know, where it's just so difficult to do damage, which must be very frustrating for the opponent. And that's top tier Viper if you know him. But Say My Name in the first and the third game, I don't know how he did it, but with the insane aggression, got the better of Viper twice, not just once, twice. And that is a result to be proud of. Like, I would be proud of it as well. Wow, fantastic. But yeah, once again this proves to me that longswords are in a great spot now. In a great spot. Maybe not so much in every situation, but I mean, are archers good in every situation? No. More situation than longswords, that's true. But longswords definitely dominating the eagle sieves right now. I don't think you can just indiscriminately go eagle warriors anymore. Not if your opponent has longswords. No, I don't think you can do it. I don't think that's a smart thing. I mean, if you're gonna push through the middle, you need a power unit, something like crossbows. Say My Name had the advantage at the start of the game, had the lane. Viper was delayed in that regard. The rush from Viper didn't do that much, you know, but a bit of delaying here and there. Say My Name got forward, put pressure on Viper's base, but he wasn't able to break in. He wasn't able to do a significant amount of damage to the Viper, and he didn't follow it up with archers. He followed it up with eagle warriors, which take a time to mass, and Viper was fully walled as soon as he saw the eagles. Didn't take any damage whatsoever. Kept taking good fights with longswords, you know, keeping himself safe, waiting for good fights to be taken, and then, you know, just keep making his way forward. And the fights kept happening further and further back from Viper's base. And at the end, right on the cusp of Say My Name's base, indeed. And after this fight, it was definitely GG. Definitely GG. Wow. But what is series? Definitely one of the best series of the round of 16. I'm pretty sure about it. Or round of 32. I don't know. Whatever. Uh, I don't know. I don't know yet which I'm gonna call it. To me, it's round of 16, but some people would say round of 32. It's we should probably like establish what we should probably like figure that out sometime. Anyway, yeah, look at that. Look at the amount of military that Viper made. He didn't just indiscriminately boom here. Like, he added town centers, but he wasn't actually making a lot of vills with them, right? That was only at the end as he started adding more villages to the as compared to the vills of Say My Name. At the end, you see the villager difference not that big, only 20. Right? So Viper didn't just go for a naked boom, right? He made enough military to take good fights. And look at that. Look at the KD. 123 to 64. And that wasn't just the last fight. That was also because the Viper made a counter unit. And Say My Name, I mean, it's like committing with scouts against spearmen, right? It's not gonna go well. Even if you make more scouts, it's still not a cost-effective fight. Viper's economy overall a bit, well, actually a bit worse than the Mayan economy. Wow. Mayan privilege there, man. Mayan privilege. That's because Mayans don't have to walk as much, right? Because their resources last longer. Chop their trees longer, that kind of stuff. GG. Well,